Mayo experience.
Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Experience.
Welcome to Cut Sweat Live on the Pat Mayo Experience for the U.S. Open, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Use code Mayo at Underdog Fantasy right now. Get a deposit bonus of up to $250, and you still have time to get at least a $5 pick'em entry. If you do that, then you will unlock some sort of free square on the weekend, Tim, either Saturday or Sunday. What's the free square? I do not know, but they told me that there would be a free square. Tim is with me in the studio house, I guess we're calling it.
Sure.
With all the TVs. Fienberg is on the line, and Degenerate75 James is on the line. James, what's up, dude?
I mean, it's kind of surreal. You know, like I've watched this Cut Sweat show probably 50 times over the years with you three doing it. And now I'm like on it live with you guys. It's kind of a surreal feeling. I'm excited. And we got like a actual Cut Sweat with like actual good players on the line. So I could not be more excited.
Geoff, we missed out on the premier Cut Sweat show this year at the Masters when I hit the big to make the cut parlay. So we didn't get that. My parlay is dead already for this time around. But isn't it nice to have a year where it's not? Remember we had 1 year where I think 3 of the majors had rain and we were just sitting here in a fucking rain delay?
Yeah, we've had some rain delays. We've had some boring cut sweats. There hasn't really been like a genuine cut sweat, it feels like, in a long time.
Well, here's the cut sweat that we have going on right now. Excuse me. Wow. +5 is currently the favorite to be the cut, which at the moment would save Scotty. It would save Fleetwood, Cam Young, Shane Lowry, Tiger, the Burmista Mista lady, Ricky, Eddie Molinari, and the best hair in the game, Tim, Robert Rock.
How about Robert Rock being
Retired
on the cut line at an open at an open when he basically retired from golf?
Well, let's start here. Geoff, I'll start with you. What is the winning score on Sunday? Because I have an answer that I know to be correct to this.
3 under par.
I was going to say 2 under par. Where are you at, James?
I'm at 3 under par. They're gonna let it get away from them this weekend, and these guys are gonna moonwalk.
Is your double digits under par prediction coming true?
No, but I'm going to still go with 7, and I'll tell you why. Because while I do think the course may get away from them tomorrow, they will overcorrect because the USGA doesn't know how to set up courses very well when they get criticism. And Sunday may be more of a birdie fest, and I think that the winner will get in at 6 or 7. But look, I hope that it's 2 or 3 is a great number. That's awesome. I mean, even if it's 6 or 7, then at least the course has shown some teeth. So we'll see just how much it gets away from them tomorrow, I suppose.
Share this show around on X, by the way, if you're watching right now. Let's get more people in the chat. I'll be periodically checking in on my phone. I got it going on. Oh, Zach Blair. He's like 5'4". Apparently he's playing pretty well.
Yeah, he's 1 under par. Well,
not there.
That's not a great shot.
The old sand to sand. Geoff, how far back do you think that you could be? Let's say it ends, Ludwig is let's say -4 is the score here at the end. What do you think? How far back do you think you could be? Like, is +2 still live? Because, let's say you shoot even par tomorrow, you're at +2, and then if the 4 goes to 3 or something like that. Are you still in it, or is it just too much to overcome?
No, I think you would be in it if it's really going to get crazy. We saw it at Shinnecock, the whole, it totally flip, right? Berger and I think Finau were almost near the first guys out. They ended up as some of the last guys out on the Sunday. I don't know that we're going to go like that, but the way we saw Hideki shoot today, the sort of Sam Burns round we're seeing right now, if you're
if you're 2 or 3 over and you have the Hideki round tomorrow, you're right in it. So honestly, I'd say 3 over. If it's 4 under par, I'd say two over for sure. 2 over for sure.
7 back. I think that's the line. If you're 7 or fewer back, I think you're live.
Anyone we like to storm, James?
I mean, Morikawa's really spinning his wheels today. Let's say he gets to, he's at +2. I imagine what would he be 50 or 60 to 1? You're telling me he can't go 67 over the weekend and win this thing at -3? I could see something like that.
He needs to not let it get away. I think he just dropped a +3, actually.
Yeah, he did. He tried to put up the hill on 10. It rolled right back to his feet.
Smart, bogeying the easiest hole on the course. Someone made. They said someone made a 9 on that earlier. Jeff, do you know who that was?
I do not. I pretty much spent the whole morning just watching the featured group of Rory, Scotty, and Xander.
Cust and I played this morning, so we didn't watch that. Tied my best round ever this morning, Jeff.
Fantastic. I should have golfed. It was a beautiful day.
What was the score?
77.
Wow, that's nice.
I left a greenside bunker shot in the bunker on 15 for double, and then the same thing happened on 18 and made bogey. So
you and most of the guys in my week-long lineups all shot 77 today. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should have went to the U.S. Open. Didn't lose a ball. Actually, no, I lost one. I topped one on a par 5. Par 5 is weirdly not my friend today.
Yeah, they weren't that Scotty group. If you didn't see, like, what was that, the 10th hole? They all butchered it. I think Rory made like a 15-footer to save par, and then Xander doubled it. It was a tough scene. Whenever you thought, oh, this is where they're really going to finally eat, and then they all like double bogey the hole.
Yeah, but did your ball fall off the tee and you tapped it back on?
Yeah, that's Cuss' claim to fame now, Jeff. We played yesterday as well on Cuss' birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Cuss turned 28 years old.
It's not true.
Oh, chance. That's true.
But the ball fell. He was hitting 3-wood off the tee on 15, and the ball fell off of his tee. He didn't even bend down to pick it up. He just gave it a little tap back onto it and then hit a drive. It was impressive.
I can relate to that, Cuss. Sometimes when you can't get the ball, though, when you're a big guy like me and Cuss, and you have to bend over too long to put the ball on the tee, you get a little out of breath. So I understand that just putting it back on there with your driver. I can relate to this.
Thank you.
Who do you like to win this, Jeff? Because I know that Cuss is going to say Bryson, because he told me earlier that Bryson can't lose.
What I said was,
Bryson looks phenomenal.
if he's hitting the ball as long as he is in the fairway with his putting stroke, which is the best of the elite players, I don't know how he gets beat. He has to beat himself at that point. Like, there was one hole yesterday, he was 50 yards further down the fairway than anybody else had been all day. If he's hitting his drive straight, he's a cheat code. I don't know how you're going to beat him at this track.
He's playing a lot better than I thought that he was going to play, James, to be perfectly honest.
I had it in my head that Bryson is a guy that I don't want at a firm and fast course. And clearly that's like a narrative I need to get out of my head because he's playing great on a firm and fast course. You know, like I just remember the first round of the Masters, he lit the course up, but that was the one time the course was soft. He really didn't do much the rest of the week there. And so that was kind of why that narrative was in my head. But clearly he can play these courses.
Maybe he's just in a different stratosphere, Jeff. Like he got his game, and his game is just great now.
Well, he's really dialed. He's just really dialed in. I see him make very few mistakes. Watched a lot of his rounds.
He's not like this on Live, though.
No,
I've been as impressed, maybe more impressed with him than just about anybody.
He treats Live the way that Phil used to treat the Houston Open, which is just a warm-up for the Masters, where you like wouldn't intentionally hit towards the green because at Augusta, that's the way the ball breaks towards the hole.
It's weird that he doesn't have the best stuff on Live all the time.
He doesn't.
This guy, Pavon, is the fucking luck sack of the week, by the way, Jeff.
But sometimes those guys win.
He'll make this somehow.
Gary Woodland was the luck sack of 2019, but he won the championship. Like, that can happen.
Hold on. Someone else deserved to win that championship that week?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he got extremely lucky all week, and everything he doesn't do well, he did phenomenally at Pebble, and he won.
I keep thinking that SH Kim is like, when I see it flash up, I keep thinking it's Siwoo, and I keep getting excited. It's not. I talked myself out of SH Kim on the show with Tambo, and now I feel like a fucking moron. Thank me for that one, Jeff. And someone asked me if they should play Davis Thompson. I said no. How is he showing up at the U.S. Open? Is he the Daniel Berger of this year, Jeff?
I don't really know, but he hit it to 5 feet on 2 from like 210 out, and that made me think he's like, uh-oh. Not that I'm afraid of him winning, but like Buddy's in his bag today for sure.
That's hard.
Well, how good do you feel about Ludwig right now and your number on Ludwig?
I feel great. I kind of just want the day to be over. I trust him to make par from just about anywhere. He's kind of flawless, but I don't think he's playing. I'm more impressed by Bryson. Like, for taking age and everything out of it, like, I don't know how comfortable Bryson looks on every shot is really scaring me. I wish I went there this week, I tell you.
James, Brooks just took out putter from off the green and putted it into a bunker.
I mean, that's a bold strategy. I don't know. We'll have to see if that pans out for him. But he got off to that hot start yesterday. I was like, finally, we're gonna get U.S. Open Brooks back. And then he kind of got some bad breaks, and I felt like he started doing pouty bitch face Brooks, where he kind of quits. We saw it at the PGA Championship. So I really hope he can get up and down here, or he's gonna melt down.
Can I be honest? Like Morikawa and Koepka are against something that's almost not fair, which is they're playing with a golf sad Justin Thomas. Like it's like you're wondering why Brooks is getting like I'm telling you, nothing is worse than playing with a really good golfer who gets golf sad. Whether it be amateur or at the pro level, I'm sure. I've got a buddy who's great. But when he's not playing well, he wants to ruin like everyone's time out there, and he's almost not worth playing with.
Part of me thinks Brooks is probably getting mad when he's still lining up his putts whenever he's 12 over or whatever. He's like, just hurry the hell up, because Brooks is ready to go.
I am most intrigued to see how Cantley actually holds up.
He won't.
He's never been here before in a major. This is like uncharted territory for him. Despite a player of his quality and character, he doesn't have the experience at the top of a major championship. So to see what his mettle looks like with DeChambeau and Rory, who, in my opinion, ought to be the two favorites right now.
Ludwig's the favorite.
He contended in one major ever for 12 minutes when he eagled 15, but he at the Masters, but he was so far ahead of. I think it was the year Tiger won.
It was. I remember because you and I both bet Cantlay, and I had the top 8 on him. He came fucking T9.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like this tournament is starting at DeChambeau, and then you can skip it to McIlroy.
I mean,
I don't trust Aberg yet. Maybe
if
he will.
Here's the thing:
fine,
if Ludwig is truly a special player, like basically everyone says that he is. Even like we played with the guy that I sponsor for like the mini tours around here, and that was like the first thing out of his mouth. Jeff, he's just like he's gonna be amazing for 10 years. Like he's a robot with that swing. Like it's the best thing you can do in golf.
Yeah.
It's a very Fienberg leaderboard, by the way. Did you secretly bet Dietrich?
I might have like a 300 to 1 like cannon on him, but he's got no chance. This is where you short sell. This is like if you're if you're a stock trader, you buy the Dietrich pre-tournament and then you sell it at a moment like this when it's literally like 120, like 1/12 of your buy-in.
Dietrich was my one sleeper on my stream Wednesday night, and like I know better than to like put that video out and flex on it because I know he's going to melt down this weekend.
Yeah, you can't flex on nothing, Dietrich. It is Finau's interesting. I don't know, like how he's hanging around, and Hatton's strategy of his game theory of I'm always tweaked out. Now you're going to get to my level of tweak out is a theory I didn't really think would happen. Like I wasn't smart enough to think it.
These guys on the leaderboard have anything in common to you? Because I've been trying to like piece it out. Like what do all these guys do well? Like what are they doing well? And it just seems like a scattershot of random dudes. Like even form isn't good. It's not like Cantlay was playing great golf coming in.
Everyone but Cantlay and Pavon been playing pretty solid golf though, right? Up there?
It's kind of like Tom Kim was just starting to turn it around. Like even Højgaard is under par right now. Like the one guy that really stuck out to me, and I kind of want to bet him, and I know it will just be disastrous, but I could see him being the guy that shoots like 1 under tomorrow that ends up kind of getting back into it, ends up in like one of the 2 final groups is Bhatia. Bhatia is everything he's doing from off the green. He's just sticking it next to the hole. And he had a bad iron day today, and he usually pumps them from like 200 out. I think
he's under par. He shot 1 over today. What's his number? 90, 100?
He's 80 at 365 right now. He's 80, but he's 70. Like if you want placements, like you can get a top 4 on him at 70 to 1. So the top 4 would pay like 17 to 1 or something like that. That's not bad. You got to make this, Brooks. Got to make this. And he's picking up the putter, wiping it off. He seems rattled.
I'll
Tiger
tell you,
missing
the
five.
fact that the way Xander,
Oh, he missed it too. He missed like a fucking 1 foot putt.
And you left it out.
Oh my God,
That's
Brooks.
bad.
What a dickhead.
He's-
Xander Schauffele's
Can
shooting.
we live
card-
bet Brooks to miss the cut? Because he might melt down here.
Yep. Feel it. I can feel bitch quit Brooks coming.
Schauffele's even par yesterday was out of this world. As someone that also tracked and watched that group all day, the amount of par saves he made, how sloppy he's kind of been playing to be 1 under par. Other than the fact that when he got hot today, he was sticking everything for about an hour.
Pavon pulled a Brooks missed the comebacker.
He's actually further away from the hole than
You better
he
get
was.
that bet in quick. You better get that in quick.
I don't. Does anyone know where we can bet this? Although it's probably terrible now that he's gonna be like 5 over. He's like on the cut line all of a sudden.
It's gonna be-
Jesus
it's gonna be-
Christ, Brooks.
It's going to be 4 over par if this goes down.
Let's
I
see.
can't believe they're. I mean, maybe they'll cut to this on the broadcast. They haven't been showing any Brooks or Morikawa.
What?
This,
Go
this is for triple.
Yeah, they haven't shown
Yep, that's plus.
any Brooks, any of those guys today. Who's the third in that group?
Justin Thomas.
Oh yeah,
You
I
golf
know
sad.
Who,
Well
I'm
said.
pretty sure Justin Thomas has made 8 bogeys in a row.
Oh,
But
did
yeah,
Scotland
good-
score?
Good that Zach Johnson added him to the Ryder Cup team and not Bryson. That's a really smart.
Oh, don't tell me
management there.
Scotland scored.
Someone in the chat said Scotland has
Fuck!
pulled even because they had a 4. Their goal counted for 4. So who do you like
that
tomorrow in the Euro?
sucks.
Tomorrow in the Euros, I like Hungary to either draw or win. I like Croatia to win, and I like Albania to either
An
draw.
own goal.
Own
Oh,
goal. Just helping out the Scots. If this was the NBA, people would say that whoever scored that goal bet on himself.
oh, now I'm a little bit tilted about that. That's gonna
For the first time all day, Pat, there is now enough guys on the +5 number that if just they fell down, it would get it to +5 because it's T67. And I count 7 guys right there at T67 right now. So if just those 7 fall, that's going to put it at +5.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, you mean the guys at +4?
Yeah, I'm sorry. +4. The guys that we need to drop a shot if you're cheering for +5. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, do you know who
wait.
one of the
Yeah.
do you know who one of the guys at +4 is?
Who?
Your guy,
Who?
Freddie Ketchup.
Oh, I like Freddie Ketchup. They won't show a single shot of his. You can be sure of that.
They might not know what he looks like. They might think that he's one of the guys who like puts down the white flag in the sand, like where the ball is.
I'm prepared for Brooks to rifle one right into the native area here in a moment.
So, Jeff, I figured it out. I didn't realize this at the time, but I'm going to England, jolly old England, next week. And I will be in London for the Denmark-England Euro match. I'm excited.
Oh, that's like bloke central.
I'm going to watch the game. I think my wife will watch it with me, and I'm going to meet up with Jack Humphreys and Tom Jacobs. We're going to consume the game together. If anyone like London,
Oh, you're gonna smoke. You're gonna smoke some. Well, what do we call them?
what? What are we smoking?
Well, like cigarettes. Home team wins.
They
You
won't.
get the full experience out there, Pat. Holy shit! Win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Germany just
You're
scored again. 5-1.
Yeah,
You know what the
5-1
English
final
fans-
score.
The
Tim,
English
what-
fans who go to the game should do
What?
to rattle the Danish team, say negative things about their monarchy.
Oh, yes. Or just say, that's not even a real archipelago. What are you talking about?
They will be outraged.
Those are some pretty aggressive picks. You guys kind of just brushed over it, but
Well,
like,
I don't know who they're playing.
Albania is playing Italy. They're plus 750 underdogs.
I like them to win or
Croatia's
draw.
playing Spain. They're plus 333 underdogs, and
Croatia, who went to the World Cup final not that long ago,
When did they go to the World Cup final?
2018, they were in the World Cup final.
Buddy, this is soccer. That was 8 years ago.
how many guys do you think from that
6
team
years
are
ago.
even still playing?
I don't
Like,
know.
Modric is pretty old and doesn't even start for like his club
Can
team
you
anymore.
name anyone on the team?
I would have said Modric because I remember him from the World Cup.
Who was the was it Slavic? Is that part of the
Yeah.
they Canada played one of those teams in their final game in the World Cup.
Yeah, they did.
Was it Croatia or was
I
it
think it was
Serbia?
Croatia.
And it was not great.
No.
Those guys look like they want to kill you. Like legitimately. You don't fuck around with those guys. And who's playing Italy?
Albania.
Oh yeah. See, Italy's just gonna dive everywhere. They're gonna be playing like 11 on 5
But
by the end
all
of the
they
game.
do is dive. They're not capable of anything else other than missing World Cups.
Jeez, that's harsh.
I don't particularly care for the Italian team.
So with bets that you have in, Jeff, you have Ludwig, Secret Dietrich, you have Rory. Do you have Secret Finau as well?
No secret Finau. That'll hurt. But I've got Hideki. Yeah, I don't know. That's about it probably for under par.
Nothing on Bryson?
No, I wish. Big
Still
regret.
fine.
Oh, sorry. I've also Mike. I posted. I've Rory.
Yeah, I said Rory.
Oh yeah, no. So I made that decision. I paid up and I used my Bet 365 boost on Rory to get that to 1950.
Young Sam Bennett.
Brooks was Bryson was right there. I didn't. Some good futures too, right? Bryson's a lot of 45s or 50s from like people who we like on the internet have those big tickets.
I need Sam Bennett to make the cut.
Well, that helped. He just got him to 3 over.
Oh, your guy.
What kind of hat was he wearing?
I don't know what that was, Jeff.
Like I see it. I saw it was a ping hat, but I
Oh,
don't know, it's old school or something.
Even on the alternate feeds, there's not anything going on. Uh-oh.
That's Cantlay's drive, I believe.
No, Cantley's already in the bunker green side.
That's him right here.
Yeah,
next
he's
to
in
this
the native
bush.
area.
Is gonna hit it to a bunker. That they already showed that on Maine, I think.
Oh, he hits it to another bunker?
Oh,
I think it was Matt Smith said this yesterday. You know when Bryson got his drop from the weird area because
shot link.
the 6-inch shot link tower was, quote, in his way? That the rule should be that you just have to hit it. And if you hit the tower, you can put the ball back and hit it again.
I totally agree. Or
Or
they
you can take your drop after you
Good
hit
take.
it.
Or you
Well,
should
take a
find a
drop
way
crap,
to
though.
change. Or they should find a way. Oh, wait, Højgaard just went bogey.
Well, that's not good.
Which Højgaard?
I think only one.
There's
of them.
only one here. Only Nikolai's
Oh.
here.
Okay. Somebody is knee high in the grass.
It's
I think
such a
it's
funny
Sal-
thing though, because I saw
Sal.
like fantasy bros complaining about Brooks getting the drop. It's like the double-edged sword, like shot link or the consequences of someone getting the tower drop. I'm sure within a couple years the technology would exist where it would be like so much easier for them to just like move the tower 5 feet.
Cantley almost played this left-handed.
I don't know why he thought he should play it left-handed.
Because he has no stance. It's way back in his stance.
Yeah,
that
I
might
guess.
just dig in. He might not even hit it.
Well, you can be sure it'll take another 6 minutes. To
Cantley's already hit the shot where you're watching.
No, I'm watching it right
Okay.
now. He's like
Okay.
trying to figure out what to do.
He had
Yeah.
flipped his club around left-handed there for a moment.
Finau's in the middle of the woods somewhere now.
What would be the dream Sunday? Bryson versus Rory, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It's not even close, right? With maybe Ludwig
have a
because he's like
wood in
super
his hand?
cool.
He's got a hybrid. He's going to bump it, I suppose.
Is that a hybrid or is that a driver?
No, I don't think it's his driver. Looks like a wood.
It's like a 3-wood.
Yeah. I guess
Cantley
he's
versus
gonna-
Bryson would have been jokes too.
Well, having Ludwig there, I think, is important. Like having
I don't think the networks care about Ludwig Abear one way or the other.
No, but that's how you build a star. You get him in one of
Yeah.
the few final groups.
That's
and the dude
fair.
plays well.
And people remember the casuals remember him from the Masters, even.
Yes.
Tim.
That's true. No,
He
that's
finished
you know,
second
that's-
place. Like
That's fair.
he's
That's not good.
I mean, that's not the worst.
Not the worst, but I can't imagine that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, I'd be curious if Ludwig played in the second to final group at the Masters. That if he got in the final group here, like would it rattle him at all?
I don't think so. He doesn't strike me, and I could be wrong. He doesn't strike me as the type of guy who is much affected by that sort of stuff.
He's just
he
hitting the
said
ball
after the
dead straight.
Masters that what he took from the Masters is that like he can hit like after the fact, like he's good. Like he's learned from everything. Ryder Cup, Masters, the man. So cool.
I downloaded the USGA app
Yes.
onto my iPad
And
just to have in front of me. It's just the app.
I
They,
did
they didn't format it to iPad.
No, it's just
Fucking pores. Figure it out, USGA.
I told you my story about Ludwig last year. I kind of did one of the more cringe things ever, but because he was so good, I felt I didn't have a choice. I got a picture with him. I've said this story, but I got a picture with him. Him and Fleetwood were the only players the whole week who I cared to get a picture. I could have had a picture with anybody. I felt like I looked like I had a stroke in the picture. So I approached him again and I said, because you're going to win like 4 majors, I need a better picture with you. And we retook it, but I looked like I had a slightly less significant stroke in the second one. And obviously, like, I'm not. We're not going in for round 3.
I mean, Cantlay clutched that double one earlier. If he can make this, like that's how you win U.S. Opens.
Mm-hmm.
Like
minimizing the damage.
Don't be Brooks and 3-putt from 1 foot. Unless you're Retief Goosen. He's the only one I can remember doing that.
Putt from
Can I ask
Ernie Els at the Masters? I remember him 6-putting from like.
Well,
4
that was
feet.
on the first hole and he was done.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, Rahm kind of did the same thing. Then he won the Masters.
Yeah, he took a double on the first hole.
Yeah, before putted.
that incredible sequence with Rory earlier where he putted it off the green and then chipped in? How does
yesterday.
that work for the strokes gain putting and the around the green stat? Like,
What do you
how
mean?
does that
Say that?
sequence
Putted it off the green.
Yeah, so he probably lost about 3/4 of a stroke putting, and then probably picked it right back up, plus a little bit on the chip on around the green.
Yeah.
But it would still count as a 1 putt, correct? Like,
It does, but it still hurts his strokes gain putting.
okay.
Strokes gain some weird science, but I like it.
Yeah, well, one thing that I'm working on with Moose James, I mean, I want to get your take on this, that I wanted to set it, and we'll try to have this next year for showdown, like in round type stuff, that it will throw out your 2 best and 2 worst shots of the day, or you can customize it any way you want. So I think that would be more telling, wouldn't it?
First of all, you have me at Showdown, and I don't mean to be that guy, but I have this thing that I put out for all our members at Ship It called the Stone, and one of the things I put on there is called True Approach, where we take out the 95th percentile shots and the 5 percentile shots. So a really asshole shot or a really luck sack shot, we take those out, and we just look at that middle 90% and say, this is how they actually hit the ball in the round, instead of that time that he hit it 250 yards to 2 feet and had a tap in eagle. That's not really indicative of how they hit approach during the whole round. So we call that True Approach. And yes, it would be incredible to have over on Fantasy National, other than the fact that you're going to be giving people an incredible way to read statistics when it comes to Showdown.
Well,
I don't want more people having that. So go use code Mayo.
Code Mayo at Ship It will get you a discount. I hear that.
We already have it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just code Mayo. Just go use code Mayo and Ship It.
Won't
That's
regret
what they do
it.
at the Olympics. They
We're the
throw out
PGA
lowest and highest
tryhards.
scores.
What's that?
In the Olympics, right? They throw out the lowest and highest scores
For what?
for
Yeah,
like
on the
judged
judges.
events or whatever. They,
Yeah,
throw out
they don't do that for golf.
No, but for judged events at the games, they throw out the lowest and the highest events scores to get a truer score.
We were
To prevent crooked judging.
Take out a little bit of biasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, when we were playing our round earlier, we got held up at one of the holes. So we checked it on the app, and the other Tim was playing with us as well, and he bet on that to miss the cut parlay along with me. And we were tracking Wyndham Clark and Cam Young and whoever the hell else. Sepp was on it because I thought that Sepp was going to miss the cut because he rated out really poorly for me on what Pinehurst would demand. He was 4 over through 4, then he had a hole in 1.
You did, Pat. You didn't see how he got that.
You didn't
how he
see
got
what
the 4
happened
over
to
though.
Sepp either.
I saw the one where he hit the pin and flew off the green.
Yeah, so he should have had a tap in birdie and ended up triple bogey in that hole. So that really threw off his round for a little bit. And then he holes him 1, and then it doesn't matter.
Do you think he takes that? He's not in contention anyway at this point. Do you trade the bad break triple bogey for a hole in 1 at the U.S. Open?
That's a good question. I mean, for the memory, I guess he's probably
if you're not going to win anyway.
Yeah. Solid. And if you really think about it, it almost ended up working out. He picked up 2 strokes on the hole in 1. He only lost 3 there. It's not
let me ask you guys this question.
Cantley confirmed the bogey.
Because we saw
Cantlay makes.
Yeah.
Finau's and
Finau had to hit a provisional. He might have just bailed on that ball.
and he's looking. I have the Finau feed on right now. Someone told me to go on the U.S. Open app to go to group by group, but we can't do that in Canada. That is only in the U.S.
He's just got his hands on his hips.
No, but Pat, on the U.S. Open webpage, it
jump
is
on it.
letting me watch videos.
It is letting you watch videos?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I did
It
not
is.
know that.
Like
I
the
just assumed...
live videos or the playbacks?
The live featured groups on the webpage. I've been watching them.
Is it every group or just the featured groups?
The featured groups.
Okay, yeah, all the featured groups are on the we have them streaming in front of us right now.
You don't have 4 TVs in front of you, Jeff?
No, I don't have 4 TVs.
Shipley.
I don't have any great setup. I've got 3 kids. It's every space is kind of occupied.
It finally clicked for me who Shipley looks like.
Who?
Pat Perez.
Yes, 100%. 100% he looks
Doesn't
like
he have a little Zach? Doesn't he have like a little Zach Blair to him also? Like if Pat Perez and Zach Blair had a baby, it would be Shipley. Thought he had like the blonde hair.
That's a good call. Zach Blair's just a little mini man though.
Yeah.
This is coming from a mini man.
Yeah, no, I don't know. The Zach Blair, that's like almost an insult to Shipley.
He kind of has that like little hunched over waddle like Blair though, and kind of like the lighter hair, the mane sticking out of the hat. I see some Zach Blair there.
Did you know Justin Thomas and I are exactly the same height, and he weighs 25 pounds less than I do?
That's fucked.
ridiculous.
I've seen
That
Pat.
can't be real.
I've seen Pat in real life. That sounds impossible.
I don't. Yeah.
Apparently weighs 140 pounds.
I'm skeptical.
Like if
no
he took
way.
his shirt off, he looks like he might just be like skinny fat. I don't know if
Okay,
dude's
you know
got
who's
any
making
muscle.
like a serious move here?
Who is?
Not Tiger?
Yeah,
Sam
Tiger
Burns,
missed, and
boys.
Finau's got like
Sam Burns is coming.
I'm gonna bet Sam Burns 100-1 right now.
What's Finau gonna do here?
He's got to try to hook it through those trees.
Just get it out, pal.
I'm betting
guess you gotta
Sam Burns
get it past the
100-1.
shit.
Is
too, don't
this
you?
his first ball or his provisional?
I don't know, but he just put it on the fucking green. I know it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
roll
not gonna
off.
stay.
That's a pretty fucking good shot though,
Yeah,
from the middle of the
That's
tree.
going into the
Stay out of it.
sand.
No.
No, it's going to hold up.
All right.
I know Kenny and Byron have a Burns bet, or
They
been
have a
talking
Burns
shit.
versus who is it?
I don't remember who.
It might be Minwoo.
Oh, you think you're right? I think you're right. Burns 4 under.
Oh, he made another one. Goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
he made a 12-footer on 14. He's moving. He's under par for the round.
Hey.
Morikawa, you have to make this.
Bryce is
Sure.
just
Oh my
dumb.
god. Okay, so yesterday,
Alright.
Smiley interviewed Bryson after the round. If anyone can go find the footage of it, it is the most fucking awkward thing I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing.
He made it.
More natural today.
I think this is a more natural setting. Like he was interviewing him just slightly after the round, and Bryson was still all like geared up.
You can get Dasani in metal bottles.
It's probably all
plastic.
metal.
They're
Yeah.
getting rid of plastic.
I bet you it's all metal bottles at a golf event.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense, but instead of plastic, yeah.
Yeah, they're getting rid of the plastics. That's probably going to be.
I swear to
the more
God,
common-
I swear to God, water tastes better out of those metal containers. Maybe
I bet they do.
it really does. I buy all mine out of metal containers. Like I know it's like a rich guy thing to do, but like I don't drink out of the plastic ones anymore.
James, are you binging a bunch of TV shows right now? Do you got the wherewithal for that?
I want a good show to watch because all I've been doing is going back and watching like underrated 80s and 90s movies. That's all I've been doing. So I would love a good show to watch if you have a recommendation.
Oh, what underrated 80s and 90s movies?
Like you would be disappointed in some of the movies I'd never seen. Like
You say-
Beverly,
no,
like Beverly Hills Cop, Lethal Weapon. I'd never seen those.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. I could keep naming them, but there's a lot that I've just been going back and being like, this is a movie I need to watch in my lifetime.
I mean, I live the only child lifestyle, so like these movies were my babysitters growing up.
Well, I just watched Commando over and over. That was my problem. Commando and Predator, I've probably seen 500 times a piece. So I didn't branch out enough, I think was my problem.
Oh, you're not throwing Running Man into that?
Oh, dude, Running Man. I love it. Me and my buddy love Running Man. Yeah,
So Hiff just hit it to 2 feet to get to 5 under today.
man. He's like super owned in the high dollar stuff too. And I know all those high limit donkeys were like freaking out when he was 7 over. So it's good to see that they're going to.
He was super owned in everything, it seemed like.
I'm talking like he was like 40-50% owned in some of the real high dollar stuff. Like crazy owned. Like I guess everybody just decided that Sahith is the second coming.
I think, well, I'll be honest. I think Rufus touted. So
There it is. Yeah.
A lot of people.
That'll do it.
Sahith is like he didn't even play that poorly yesterday. He just couldn't putt, which is it's weird for him as someone who's so good on the greens. When he's bad on the greens, he's really bad.
I saw a thing a couple weeks ago where they showed him on a short putt and he had the toe of the putter up And then they showed him on another short putt and he had the toe of the putter down. I'm like, that's really weird that an elite putter would be mixing up his putter angle on 3-footers. And that got me a little concerned for a guy that's such a good putter.
Did this
I saw
happy hour just start? Or have they
I
been
saw
doing
I
this
saw
all?
that too, and that was at the Canadian Open because he left the chip short, and it came back to him. He ended up making like triple on the hole, whatever it was. I just vividly remember that because I watched like all of the Canadian Open.
Right.
If Bryson is in the final group on Sunday, does he bring back the Payne Stewart hat?
He might.
He should.
Oh, he might.
I don't understand why he's still at the course.
Chilling.
Like, why is he not home?
No,
Like,
he's actually going to be hitting drives because I heard his radio interview post round. He's working on his lines, he said.
Bryson's just doing some lines. That's why he's all fired up.
it's like 33 degrees outside, and he just played 2 rounds of golf. He needs to be inside resting.
That's 95 Americans.
Tim, you speak like, why are you being like a grandma?
Yeah, Bryson just I think this is good for
He's like the pinnacle of health. He's the pinnacle of like he's got adrenaline. He hasn't even showered after his round, and you're like, go home.
I think there is something too now that like the tide has turned on Bryson, and it basically started even with like round 1 at the Masters earlier this year. Like people had really picked up the fucking sign. Like people were pumped for Bryson, and I really think he's feeding off of it. Like he's the most popular guy out there that's not Tiger.
There's
And
no
he only
question.
gets 4 opportunities for people to see him because they don't talk about him otherwise.
Which is I think works in his favor, by the way, because the last time that we saw him every fucking week, everyone hated his guts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
was
could
getting
be
a bit
right.
much.
But I was listening to a lot of radio on and off today, and they talk about how much the crowd loves Bryson, like all around they're mentioning it. So he knows it. And did you see when he stuck it to a foot on 18? He's playing up the crowd. He's a true showman. He
has a
big fist bump
personality.
today.
Aubert, no personality. Cantlay, no personality.
Well, we don't know-
Rory, no personality. These
Rory-
people have personality. Bryson has a personality.
I would say Rory does have a personality,
It's
but
very buttoned down.
it only really comes out when he's playing poorly.
Yeah, like these people are not exciting. Bryson is exciting.
Ludwig's like a robot person.
Yeah, like
Finau has personality,
yes, Finau does have personality.
and there's Sergio. Sergio has personality.
Yes, he does.
I can't. I don't know what this fucking outfit is.
It's red and white.
I get that it's
Iceberg just birdied, by the way.
Oh, Finau just put that in.
Let's go.
That is some
Finau
birdie.
one back.
That is some birdie from out there.
I didn't see how long it was, but Iceberg just birdied 12. It looked like it was a
This
good
is-
20-footer.
I guess they're going to show it after the Finau.
Did he actually hit that, or was that was that like a replay from something before? Oh, there he is. Yeah, taking it out of the hole.
All right. Finau.
Because they just flashed his scorecard is the only way I knew it was real.
Yeah,
I was
and
like, surely he didn't make another one.
Finau,
Oh.
I don't even need. I don't even.
Who that is?
Oh,
Do you know who that
Finau's
is
so
on the left screen right there?
Do
Tim?
not.
Take a guess.
Ready, catch up?
That Japanese guy you think
I
is
can't
pretty
see who
good?
it is. Who is it?
Who is the best Japanese player of all time? We were told.
Rio Ishikawa?
That's who it is.
How
there
old
it
do you
is.
think he is these days?
32, 33.
Yeah, is he older than Hideki or not?
I don't. Maybe not.
Isn't Hideki only like 28 or 29? Something ridiculous
Hideki's
like
30. He's 32 now because I looked it up
Okay.
this week.
Ludwig,
Okay.
for his celebration, barely got his hand up to his chest.
Ludwig is just like a timid rookie. Don't worry about him, Tim.
Although I will. I mean, he's basically Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
Like his demeanor.
And
'cause
they're playing with each other today.
I remember when he made that 3-putt at Torrey Pines earlier this year. Like it didn't phase him. He was just like, oh shoot, he went and tapped in. Like that's.
We're talking Dustin Johnson back when he gave a shit about golf, right? Not Dustin Johnson
the
now.
Dustin Johnson that hopefully it's this generation's responsibility to tell future generations about how good he actually was because he was the best.
I think Dustin will have a resurgence in like 2-3 years.
Like at
after
the Masters, or what do you mean?
Yeah, like after the merger happens, when it eventually happens, like he'll end up playing a little bit more. He'll kind of like fade into obscurity, but he's still in all of these majors for the moment. Like once that ends up running out on him, I think that he'll
Maybe.
like, he has the game for it. Like his game isn't that far off. He's just playing really poorly right now.
Maybe.
Mhm.
I don't know. He's getting older.
It takes like a level of dedication
pass
too
over.
that he might just not even care. No, I'm not even knocking him for it. Like he done
Yeah.
it. He's almost
Dude.
like I've been there, done that. I'll
Dude,
grow old at the Masters.
I follow everyone who's on the reality show Southern Charm on Instagram. And what are they always doing? Partying with Dustin Johnson in Charleston, South Carolina.
I believe it.
That's what he wants to do. I got to ask a question to you, Geoff, because I was going to say it, but I thought it might offend you. When Dustin Johnson cried at the Masters, when he was getting the trophy, like that is so out of character for how I think of Dustin Johnson. Were those sincere or was he just doing that? That's my question.
Is he that good of an actor?
He's probably sincere. I would like.
He's just such a robot. I just can't believe he would ever cry over a trophy.
That was on a football Sunday. Jeff was probably sweating out a Raiders-Chargers game at that point.
I mean, I don't want to spoil the Custies, but he may have fired his therapist on that Sunday. Who knows?
Oh, listen, yeah, that's.
I finished editing the Custies.
You can cut that clip if you want. I don't mind that.
It's its own special section in the time code. It's fucking hilarious.
Not only did Dustin win that Masters, people at Augusta who who work there or whatever, give him side eye with the fact that he won a November Masters. It's like,
that's like the bubble. Isn't that like the bubble?
Not really.
Like, people don't even respect the Lakers championship because it was in the bubble, right?
Well, that's fair.
I would say the same thing has happened to Morikawa.
Both of his championships.
No one cares that he won 2 majors.
No, he had no crowd pressure in the first one and very little at St. George's.
He was so good on that Sunday at Harding Park.
Yes, he was.
It wasn't Brooks.
No.
After he said that no one had a chance to beat him.
Yeah, he pretty much said no one on the. Yeah, he pretty much scoffed. Whoever his post-round interview sort of ran down the leaderboard, and he scoffed at what everyone else has ever done.
Was that the one you were talking about, James, that went to 3 feet?
What? Which one are we talking about? I'm sorry.
The Gala?
No,
I mentioned that.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's old, but yeah.
Yeah, so yesterday morning, the broadcast was really good. In the moment that Tirico came on, I guess it was the main Peacock feed. I don't know if this is on in NBC legit, but it got really bad. They showed 6 guys the entire day. It was basically just a combo feed of the main groups.
I got a DirecTV, which, by the way, for all of you in America, if you have DirecTV, they have 901 as a mosaic, and it has all 3 feature groups and the main one. So many people don't even know that. But you watch the main feed, and it's just the 3 feature groups. They're just showing exactly what's on there. It's no other shots are coming in except who's in the feature group, and it's annoying as piss.
If this can hold, it would be Aberg and Bryson tomorrow.
Why he's wearing rubber gloves now, I understand.
Pretty awesome.
Why?
Because he's holding, I think, what would be Donald Ross's actual club.
He should break it.
What is
turn heel?
Snap it in half.
Am I the only one who's watched the Bryson one? Did you guys watch his YouTube video with him with the the old timey clubs?
No, that's brand new, right? He just did it. Yeah, I haven't watched it. Tim, I can't believe you think he should be at home right now.
I do. I think he should be home resting.
People in the chat are pointing out about that. You loved when Haotong wasn't allowed to leave the range until his handlers told him at the PGA.
I thought that was dedication, but at least he was working on his game. He wasn't just cracking wise with Smiley Kaufman.
Oh, we
Tim,
talked about this.
He's not teeing off till 3:00 tomorrow.
I don't care.
He's got a fucking lift to get in after this. Got to do some PR. Yuck it up with Smiley. That Cust said this, Jeff. Likes Brandel.
I've liked his performance so far. I have to admit it.
Can I go
he
as
made
far to say, in a way, Brooks winning a major didn't make people be they need to be unified? If Bryson wins a major, wins this week, I feel obviously it's the best thing for Liv, but it feels like it would be the unification demands with gasoline.
No, there's professional Liv haters who would just, they would just go, they give him no credit. They would, no, it would not happen.
See, I don't think so. The broadcast for all 3, really, CBS did the same thing at the Masters, that they've really leaned into Bryson to remake him in being a star.
Because if you were producing the show,
I agree.
You got to put where the juice is.
Yeah, I agree. But even when Brooks was playing with Rahm in that final group last year at the Masters, then he plays with and he wins the PGA Championship. They had to show him because he was winning, but they didn't lean into him.
No, that's
I agree.
They're leaning.
I totally
into
agree
Bryson.
with Pat.
I agree with that. But yes, on Brandel, at least I didn't hear much today. But yesterday, I came in sort of skeptical as to how he'd perform. I thought that he was great yesterday. I thought that he called shots the way one calls shots. I didn't think he was, expressing his
Did you get it?
opinions about
Oh,
various
perfect.
stores. It was all good. What do we got?
Well, you can probably explain it. You've got a microphone.
I mean, I don't really know what it is. What's the sandwich?
The creamy Parmesan bacon quarter pounder.
Okay.
That one that Paul got free with his order?
Chad, get it free.
Oh, did you actually get an American? They have an Americano at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Russell Henley, good for him.
Oh, that's so kind of you. I
Yep.
love getting things.
To go with your king size DC?
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you, Paul.
much,
Wait,
Paul.
does Cuss work for McDonald's? Like, is that his payment?
We're trying. Yeah, he just works for McDonald's. Yeah, not for McDonald's, but for McDonald's.
Yeah, he loves him some McDonald's. You know? No hate here. No hate
I
here.
had to get it over $25 free tax, so you can pick at those.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much, Paul. I don't know how I'm going to eat and hold.
Just eat.
How about this?
Just eat.
Don't put the people get very upset when you eat on the show and eat into the microphone. So you can put down the microphone for a sec. Hey, Corey Connors. He's a guy. They did make mention, Jeff, on the main broadcast earlier because they were talking about Hadwin because Hadwin had some really good shot, and Connors, of course, missed his fucking. Connor's the only guy on this course who can leave a fucking putt short. Jesus Christ, Connors.
Try this new quarter pounder up.
You don't have a microphone. They can't hear you. So you're trying the new quarter pounder, and you have to give your review of it when it's done. But what does Connors need to do to make the Olympic team over Hadwin now?
I have no idea. I was hoping to ask those nerds on the internet who keep track of that stuff with Hadwin missing the cut. What does Connors need out of this weekend? What does he need? I have no idea.
Connors isn't going to be on the Olympics team? Canadian team?
Hadwin's finish last week put him ahead of Connors.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Wait, Canada gets 2 though, right?
Yeah, Nick Taylor's automatically there.
Oh, because of the God, yeah. I mean, okay, because of the one
he's won
win
twice.
Oh, it goes back to what, the Canadian last year?
Yeah, I think it goes back to the Masters last year. Is like the. I mean, I wish they would spell it. Not only do I wish they would spell it out for us better, I wish there was a website where I could click on to see what all the fucking rules for this are, because it's like they're making it up as they go along. They said that Johnny Vegas is an alternate. He took 9 months off of golf. But I would love to see him there, and I love that.
What's the rule? The country can get more than 2 in if they're in the top. Is it 15
60?
or 50?
I think 60.
Oh, yeah, top 60. Wait, yeah, I guess.
No,
I mean, Connors isn't in the top 60.
Yeah, but you get 2. So
you get
Hadwin's
2
gonna be
if you're in the
of
top 60, but I think you get 4 if you have 2 players inside the top 15 or something.
Yeah, that's what. Because that's America gets 4.
Yeah, and
we
England
don't got
gets
4. There's no math that can get us more than 2 at this point.
Crazy. That'd be so weird that Corey Connors doesn't represent Canada. Because I mean,
I've been saying that for a while. They were pretty close. Connors was really pulling away, and Hadwin's week last week jumped it. But Hadwin, I believe, is missing the cut. Correct?
No, he's 4 under.
He's rallying pretty hard.
No, this is a disaster. Then,
yeah, because I saw he was 3 over to start the round. He's coming back.
You could argue in the same way people wanted Kisner at Le Club National, maybe Hadwin is not a bad fit there.
I mean, I would say that Connors is
nope.
Connors is better at everything than Hadwin than putting. That's it.
Yeah. Hadwin's gonna miss the cut.
I think Connors is a great fit at Le Club National. He just hits the ball straight. He's great with his irons. Look at some of the dudes that have won there. Guido ended up winning there. If you can hit greens there and hit fairways, you're super live.
Yeah, who won there? Guido and Norin, I think.
Guido won. Yeah, Norin won the year that I had the money on Surrey. Fucking Pavon. This fucking guy.
Where is Hadwin? I'm trying to find him. Where is
he's at 7 over? He just went bogey par double.
Good.
So he's 7 over.
Yeah, he stuck it on a par 3. And someone in the chat just said I look like Smiley Kaufman.
And Pat,
hold on. Did you like the custom thumbnail with me as Caitlin Clark, which people just thought was Caitlin Clark?
I gotta go look at it now. I didn't even know there was a separate one. I just saw the one where I was Fraser. Hold on. I'm gonna go.
No, it was from a show that we released. Well, it's funny because I edited that show, Jeff. I didn't even notice.
I don't think many people would have even noticed if there wasn't at least the person who caught it didn't give it away. He just acknowledged that he thought he had caught it. I also want to mention Højgaard bogeyed 1
Okay, so
and 2.
Hold on. Just what's up on the screen right now? His I believe his final and honoring Earl Palmer. I saw that earlier. Like that sort of shit is why people don't like Bryson. Right there. The names for his clubs. Like, calm down, pal.
Højgaard hit a 23-footer on 3 and stuck it to 1 foot on 4 to get both of his bogeys back.
God, 4's a hard ass hole too. Damn. Oh, 22 inches. Wow.
No, the milk went bad for Jason Day today, I see. No, thank you.
So Højgaard, wow, buddy.
You haven't eaten all day?
No.
Oh, wow. That's tough.
Intermittent fasting over there, Tim? Good for
Not
you.
intentionally, but I drink now 4 liters of water a day.
There you go.
And I long put it away when it was hot on the golf course. I drank 4 liters of water pretty much there. So just wasn't hungry.
I'm holding on to my 6 of 6 versus Tambo in our head-to-head.
You love to see it. What's his? Does he have some donkey that missed the cut?
He has 2 donkeys who are missing the cut, and he has Scotty, who's still right on the periphery. It's gonna get there, right? It's T65 right now.
Oh, it's +5 for sure. And there's just so many guys. They only need 5 more guys, and there's like 7 right there at +4 right now.
Yeah, and those guys are. I mean, Brooks is melting down.
One's an amateur from Canada, McCulloch. Then there's Willie Mack. There's Grayson. I mean, some of these guys aren't exactly world beaters here.
And not only is it Grayson Sig, Max Grayserman's at 4.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
No, they're both there. Grayson Sig and Max Grayserman.
Yeah,
this is going to be the Højgaard to a foot, I think.
Why are you so big on Højgaard?
I'm not. We were just tracking him. Then he made the 2 bogeys. He's just playing cool.
Sticking it to 22 inches on 4 is quite the shot.
From a waist area.
That would be one of those shots, Pat, that you take out because like it's a 99 percentile shot. That's not indicative of how his approach was all round.
Now for birdie. It's a good putt though. Not in. Fitz is right on the cut line. You need him to drop. So Fitz and Brooks, Rose and Berger, along with Willie Mack and Ashton Kutcher here.
Yeah. Don't forget, you got like amateurs like Brian Kim at +3, Neil Shipley's at +3. I mean, like the last 4 holes on whatever 9 you're on are going to be bogey holes coming home. There's not a lot of chances at birdie, so there's a much better chance they're moonwalking than moving up.
Really should have bet Cam Smith birdie free round. I assume he's not putting today, or his driving was so bad yesterday. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, it's not really unbelievable. It's Cam Smith. That's what he does, but pissing me off. Let's see. Round 2. Well, only losing a stroke off the tee. I mean, if you're gaining almost like he's gaining 3/4 of a stroke on approach today, and he's 2 over par. That's because he's lost a stroke putting. If Cam Smith is losing a stroke putting, he's dead in the water.
I would agree.
Thank you. How was give us the review on the burger?
So that was a knockout. It was a delicious quarter pounder. I've had a quarter pounder in quite some time. And the creamy Parmesan sauce was delicious. And they had the crispy caramelized onions, which I like. And it had the bacon. It's top notch. That was a delicious burger.
Tim, I don't want to poo-poo your review, but as a big guy, once again, I relate to you very well. Are you factoring in how hungry you were and how that automatically probably adds 2 points to any review that you do?
I was not factoring that in. As they say, hunger is the best relish.
Yep.
I believe Tim did.
I mean, that is true, but it was delicious.
I believe Tim did say to me, he was just, were you actually that hungry? Or I thought you said that you weren't sure if you were going to be able to finish all of it. And then you didn't come up for air until Pat asked you to give us the review there. So we all knew that you loved it. I'm glad you liked it, though.
Oh, it was phenomenal. Thank you, Paul. It was phenomenal. For those of you who are in Canada who can get one, if you're on the fence as to whether you wanted to try it, it has my fulsome recommendation.
Why does Canadian McDonald's do so much creative shit? Like, I remember you talking about that chicken Big Mac, and I went to my local McDonald's all excited to try it. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? And I looked it up, and it's like not even a thing anywhere in America. Like, why do you guys have a cool McDonald's like that?
I don't know why they...
Sorry.
Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not just McDonald's. It's like Taco Bell as well. The best thing on the Taco Bell menu is the fries supreme, and that doesn't exist south of the border for whatever reason. which is it's basically just like it's like nacho supreme, but on top of French fries, and it makes
I would
the
think
French
we
fries
would get
amazing.
the cool shit here in America, and y'all would get the like just basic run of the mill stuff. Yeah, Canadians, like that's how I think it would be, and it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, you guys didn't have the Chig Mac?
No, because I was so pumped to try it after he talked about it, doing his review like he did on right here.
You guys probably also don't have the McLobster.
Oh, never even heard of it. I'd try it though.
Is that all Canada wide, or is that just out here because lobster is everywhere?
I believe it's
I've
just
never
up here.
seen it in.
Yeah,
Toronto.
they had it at McDonald's around here. They had McLobsters. Probably had a surplus of lobster and had to sell it off.
Just a lobster roll, yeah.
It's crazy.
So
Burger Kings are like that out here too. Burger King does all kinds of weird stuff with their Whoppers here all the time.
Geoff, where is your level on Smiley at the moment?
I like this. I don't mind. I just thought I didn't think he was funny or that informative, but he's getting better.
See,
But at
I'm
the
with
same
you.
time, I mean, listen, this is what happens when
Your buddies with Spieth?
I mean, your buddies with Spieth, you never actually like have any experience in broadcasting or formal training in doing it. You're doing it on the fly. You're getting an A gig without really having the seasoning for it. It's not like they made him do like reps on radio for a year or two, but
No,
he's growing into it. And
He hosts that podcast that's pretty popular, right?
Yeah, and growing into I don't know. No, that's not him. Are you talking about Colton Oates and like Drew Stoltz? Which podcast?
I thought that Smiley. I mean, no, I saw Smiley signed on with Sports Grid, our old employers.
I have no clue. Good for him. He's growing into it. I think this like Friday afternoon happy hour shtick thing it's different. It's good. Like you said, as long as they don't wear it out, I think we'll really like it. And we're doing the show, but I imagine it's entertaining with Bryson. Like it looks like they're having a good time.
How could I have gotten through my day without knowing what Bryson calls his 3-iron?
I like that he also doesn't have a 4-iron. He just goes 3-5, or he does, or it's unnamed. They just decided not to show it. Is that a miss to the left, or is that just real far? It's real far. It's a big drive, Ludwig. Like that's basically like
out too.
he and Bryson are doing exactly the same thing.
Of course, is getting crispy.
But it strikes me, and maybe James, I don't know if you have any takes on Smiley or not. Like, I don't watch enough of him to see it, and everything I see of him is like kind of fun, but not great. That if he was any good, or people thought that he was going to be good at NBC, Brandel and Kisner and those guys wouldn't be in the booth. He would.
Ian.
When he was doing that stuff where they were having him kind of set greenside and talk to people, what was that, a few weeks ago? I thought that was okay. Like just getting to hear from the players from a
Yeah, but
a former
that's what he's
player's
doing now
perspective.
with Bryson. They call it like happy hour with Smiley,
Yeah,
which
those
it's
aren't
a
so
good
bad.
idea.
But like as far as him like trying to give like any takes or anything, I just don't think he's very good at it, especially from a somebody who's played professionally so recently.
And he wouldn't criticize any of them. Not even his friends. He would not lay it on to any of them in the way that all of them like novel
Kisner did that.
Sometimes
Yeah,
he would have a guest on and the guest would be like, that wasn't a very good chip. And I would be like, thank you. Why can't you say that, Smiley? Like that was a shitty chip. Just go ahead and say it. The guy that hit it knows it. It's okay to say that.
And it's weird that he doesn't get like, even if you're trying to be like diplomatic to everyone, if like we know that he's good friends with JT and Spieth and those guys, you think he'd at least give them shit because they're friends.
That's true. And that would probably gain him equity in the place if he's actually going to go hard at some good players. But yeah, you're right. He's fine. I don't like even Colton Oates. I only don't like Colton Oates when he's hijacking and like you could tell he's writing his one-liners at night and he's got to force them in. But other than that, he's actually pretty good, I think.
Yeah, but you know that's probably a Jim Nance influence, because that's a big Jim Nance thing. It just Nance is smooth with it. But you can tell when he's pre-written the closing line, it's just not. He didn't workshop it enough. But he's had so many good ones over there. When is he retiring?
Oh, I wouldn't imagine any time soon.
And Nance is younger than we think, right?
Yeah, he's only like 60, and he took a step back from March Madness. So I would imagine he'll have even more time with football and with golf.
He feels like he's 75. He feels like the same age as Al Michaels to me.
Yeah, but he's not close.
Although I will never forget when we were at the tournament and he was doing the live on the court. And we were sitting in the upper bowl, how bald he is, and you would just never know.
That was surprising. And that was a while ago.
He's 65.
Yeah, so that's not old by any means when it comes to like commentating.
No,
what
not at all.
time do you think the last group is going off tomorrow?
3:00 Eastern, maybe 3:15 Eastern.
Well,
They have the
that's
benefit
late.
of all this sunlight that you love, Jeff, so they can go even later.
I
I
know.
mean, like, all you got to do is look at TV coverage, and you can pretty much map it out.
That's true.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up real quick for you.
You're right. That's always the key.
Unless it's a regular event, because then.
But I heard a post round with Detry on the radio, and he acknowledged like he thinks there were 5.5 hour, maybe someone's playing 6 hour rounds today. So
Because Cantley's on the course?
They're it's till 8 Eastern tomorrow, so I would imagine 3 will be the final group. Give them 5 hours.
Oh, it's Brooks. Okay, it's par 5.
God.
Oh, Fitz just lipped it out, and that kept going after the lip out. So Brooks and Brooks is now even more in the woods.
Oh dear.
After that,
Brooks.
so Fitz and Brooks are the ones on the cut line who really have the chance to push it here.
Brooks
Wait,
will
was
be
was Fitz for par there? Or are you talking about the comebacker is going to be for par?
I think the comebacker is going to be for par, or maybe it's for
Okay.
bogey now. I don't know.
That'd be tough.
Brooks would be lucky to make
I mean-
a 5 from there.
Yeah, look, it's already to C63, and there's still 7 guys right there on it, and some of them are like real slapdicks. Robert Rock, come on.
Oh, yeah.
This is a pro.
don't you
pro
dare.
Robert Rock room.
Yeah, I need Robert Rock to be on my TV so we can just see his glow. I don't get why
nothing would be more glorious than the first pairing out tomorrow being Tiger Woods with Robert Rock.
oh, and everyone could just see his hair. Number 1 hair in the history of golf.
Full confession, I have no idea what he looks like or what his hair looks like.
Liv
Oh,
should
he's got like
sign
a
Robert
helmet
Rock.
of hair.
He looks kind of like a Lego man,
Yeah.
but he has never worn a hat.
He was
Oh,
wearing
wow.
high crown. Yes.
Oh man, I googled him. That is the look.
Is he actually wearing a hat in this tournament, Jeff?
I thought he was wearing a high crown yesterday, which
He might need he might need the sponsorship money because he retired.
Yeah, Liv
I'm
should
sure his
sign
sponsor
Robert
hit him
Rock.
up and said, "Look, if you want to wear a visor." Now, of course, high crown is the low class way to
See,
go. It's
why wouldn't
low crown or nothing?
The Majestic should let Robert Rock play. It's just a bunch of retired golfers.
Oh, stop it! Just stop it. And by the way, the Cleeks got a win last week, Jeff, and I didn't see one congratulatory tweet from you about the Cleeks, who you've been criticizing for 2 years. Get a win and nothing from you.
I've been criticizing all the team format.
No, but
people.
some teams you take more of a shot at than others.
You know-
and the
you know,
Majestics
I don't,
and the
why
Cleeks,
would I hate? Hold on.
are-
Who's on the Cleeks? It's Moronk. It's Keimer. Who is it?
like you just put them dead.
Who's
in
on
your
the
aim.
Cleeks?
Like you said.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, he's asking you. Who are the other people on the Cleeks?
I don't know anymore.
Is Cleek the Sneak on it? Is that
Like-
their match? Why don't these teams have mascots?
I'm
Because I like
pretty
Tim.
sure
I have
Dick
no
Bland
issue
is
with.
on the Cleeks.
I thought he was on the Magic Sticks.
Then he got traded because Dick Bland was a Cleek.
Nothing I enjoy more than when it's like the live transfer window is open. It's like okay.
Nobody's transferred.
Okay,
Did
you're,
he-
no.
Oh yeah.
Tim,
So here are the Cleeks, by the way. It's Keimer, Bland, Moronk, and Kali Smooja.
Okay, I have no issue with the Cleeks. Those 3 actual golfers, I don't mind. I never make fun of any of them. So I don't. The Cleeks aren't who I make fun of.
No,
way.
you don't make fun of the golfers. You've made fun of the team. You've used them as like a punchline in your jokes.
I think it's just 'cause the name
whatever-
Cleeks is funny.
It's whatever stupid team name comes to mind. But you are right. I do make fun of the Majestics. I'll give you
You
that.
definitely take it out at the Majestics.
The Majestics are like
Case.
seeing
Journey
how
at
can I phrase it?
Casino Rama.
Yeah, but it's like the tribute band of the band. It's like it's like someone's playing the part of Ian Poulter.
There was a great somebody put out. I can't remember who it was. I wish I could give them their credit. The video of Ian Poulter last week in Houston, just cursing at people on the back of a. I think maybe Chris Powers tweeted it out. Now I think of it. It was, Poulter on the back of a golf cart, just ripping into one of the fans there in Houston.
You don't like how Chris Powers takes shots at Liv, do you?
Oh, I don't. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun.
But we are, Jeff. We're going to be a pro Liv show from now on.
I've got no issue. I was even looking at the. I'd like there's a few hats. I wouldn't mind rippers, crushers. So Tim, yeah, I don't make fun of anybody. 4K.
I think-
I'm in.
The High Flyers' new logo is pretty nice. The one they had last year wasn't as great.
Yeah, because
Current
someone
High
sued
Flyers.
them. Some lady or something was
Oh,
suing.
really?
the
I did not know that. Okay. Well, the new High Flyers logo I like more. I love Legion 13 too.
Yeah, who is your someone asked in the chat, who is your favorite live team?
I mean, I have two.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's High Flyers because Phil's there.
Where the fuck did that go?
But
folks? Oh, it jumped out.
Without
Who else
Phil,
is on the
then,
High
yeah,
Flyers? I know Brandon Steele's a High Flyer.
Yeah, because he won earlier this year and stole my.
But
Who
without
else is
Phil,
a High Flyer, Tim?
It's Legion 13.
Who else is a High
Hatton,
Flyer?
Rom,
You have Hatton, Rom, Pooge, and
the Caleb Surratt, I think.
yeah, that sounds right.
Who else is a
No,
High
no,
Flyer?
sorry, isn't Joaquin Neiman on them now?
No, he's Torque
Yeah,
he's Torque.
He's El Torque.
He's Golf Torque. Okay.
with Mito and Munoz and someone else.
Is it Sergio?
No, Sergio's a Fireball.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So
As is Cam's. No, Cam Smith's a crusher.
He's a
He's a
Ripper.
He's a
You
Ripper,
don't know
right? He's a
anything.
Ripper. He's got that awesome corduroy hat.
He's a Ripper. He's a Ripper. They're the Rippers.
So James, we're talking about this because I guess I'll say it on the show to the fun people who are watching right now. I got contacted by Live for ideas, James.
Well, you Live once like for content?
Yeah.
Is that what you're about? That'd be awesome. I feel like that's the biggest problem Live has right now is like there's nothing to get somebody like me engaged in it. And if they could start, reaching out to people and actually making the content relevant to it, it would probably draw in people like me, which I think I'm a pretty good barometer of what a semi-casual golf fan is.
I'm trying. You think that you're a semi-casual golf fan guy
Yes.
who hosts streams on?
I literally didn't know who Jordan Spieth was when I started watching you and Geoff 9 years ago. Like I am the kind of guy that needs to be brought in. Now I'm like a super fan, but now I treat Live the same way I treated PGA 9 years ago. I need somebody like you and Geoff to hook me and get me interested to do it. Like I know what golf is, I know what Live is, but I don't give a shit. That's why I haven't said anything for the last 10 minutes because I don't know anything y'all are talking about.
I mean, that was basically the entire argument that I made. And apparently they do have it and they've invested all this money in infrastructure. And because you only play 54 holes and it's the same people all the time and they don't play every single week, apparently they're going to have like on-demand access for every player, every shot. So I basically sold them like, hey, I've been like pushing the PGA for years to like give me a cut sweat or a gambling feed. Why don't you just give me access to all the cameras and I will host this thing for you? So I'm hoping that can come to fruition.
Like Live Red Zone.
And like
be
I feel
Live
like,
Red Zone.
I feel like Live doesn't take themselves too serious too, and they would allow you to be like, wow, that shot fucking sucked, and like you could probably get away with like having an opinion instead of being like, oh, that wasn't his best work, like all these PGA dudes always have to say.
From what I can tell, Live takes themselves very seriously.
You don't think they would allow that? Okay, well, you would know better than me.
I think on a separate feed, if like that would be a part of it, like you'd have to convince them to be able to do this. But I mean, if anything, I just want to do it as proof of concept that this could be something that people like because they're actually looking for ways to generate revenue right now. I was like, how do you not have a major sportsbook partner? Like, allow people to bet on your product and don't do it in the crappy way that the PGA tried to do at the PGA Championship, where you follow around a group and bet on them to hit the fucking fairway, which no one cares about.
Did they start doing strokes gain data? Like, do they have the lasers, or are they just doing like basic stats, like fairways and greens and regulation?
So they are giving out basic stats. However, they do have all that data, as I found out.
That's a big deal. That's a big
So
deal.
I think we're working on. I hooked them up with Fantasy National, so we're working on an API feed right now for Live.
Also, it's the best golfers and some of the best tracks. It's just really enjoyable golf.
But here's the thing. They have a lot of great golfers, but like there's no next tier for them. You're either great or like kind of bad.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like the PGA Tour.
Not really, because there's
Stop.
I think that the mid tier, like the B tier and C tier on the PGA Tour is so much better than the B and C tier on Live
Pardon
right
my
now.
ignorance. Do you count like Abe Answer in the same tier as the A tier? Like,
No, like he would be the next tier down. He would be like the top of the B tier for Live, to me at least.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
But there's only like
But-
6 guys maybe in that tier total.
yeah, it's like tier A is what, 6 guys? Yeah.
More than that.
Yeah, there's just
But, like-
the PGA has endless amounts of Denny McCarthy's that are like in that second tier that are still good golfers.
You see, the thing is, I would classify Denny as like a C to D tier golfer for the PGA. Maybe that's just me not like.
Okay, well he'd be tier 2 on Live.
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely, he would.
There's JT Postins forever on the PGA.
Who else is like tier 2 Live? I guess you're right. It's a small tier. It doesn't really
Yeah, like
exist.
Carlos Ortiz, I guess, or he's probably a C tier.
But
But he's
like
probably
Sergio could be tier 2, but he has a lot of name value. So I don't know what you count a guy like that as.
yeah, I guess he's a like. What's Burmeister's probably the top of tier 2.
Morant,
the bottom of
Morant,
tier A.
maybe. I mean, just for their tiers. I don't think him as a tier 2 guy, but based on the quality of players they have, he might be in that second tier.
Yeah, because their tier 1 is so like loaded with guys. But
So
if we
like,
think
is
about
Patrick Reed tier 2?
no,
Yeah.
he's tier 1.
He's tier 1.
No, I don't think so. I think
He's a major winner. Put some respect on that chubby guy's name.
I mean, Sergio's a major winner too. They had major winner Graham McDowell. Is he still on?
No, McDowell fell off last year.
Look at see Dean
No, he
Burmeister with a
didn't.
fist pump when he made his putt.
But also, what people don't seem to appreciate about Live is that they're gonna be restocking the teams as years go on, and some of the older guys retire. So, like, they're gonna be bringing in again these quote unquote big names on the second tier of the PGA in, as well as continuing to take top tier talent from the PGA.
Well, I think we can. Do we all agree that if Cantlay wins this week, Geoff, that him and Xander are both going to Live?
Yeah, you would think so, or I don't know, but he's on the policy board. I got no clue, but there are rumors that there's some framework of an agreement, and nothing would say that there's some level of truce more than letting
Cantlay.
Cam Smith, Joakim Neiman, Bryson DeChambeau participate in the President's Cup in Montreal.
That'd be fucking amazing.
Nothing would say like, okay, there's a
don't think
level
the US
of
would win.
like respect or
They
truce
probably
here.
wouldn't.
You say the U.S. couldn't
I
win?
shouldn't say couldn't. I think they will not win if the Live guys can come on.
If the Live guys played, the U.S. would probably be what, Geoff, minus 175, minus 200? Because it's no different than 2 times ago when they had all these fucking players. And the U.S.
Yeah, they could use the
U.S.
Live guy.
waxes them every time.
Well, that was it 2 Presidents Cup ago. It was by a fingernail. The
But
US
pardon my
pull it out at
ignorance,
the end
other
and
than
kinda get
Brooks
lucky.
and Brooks and Bryson, who would make the American team?
And Brooks wouldn't even make it right now. Only Bryson would make it from Live, I think.
Yeah, I think
But you
Brooks is
probably
going,
invite
though.
him.
You're picking Bryson as a captain's pick. Like someone like Justin Thomas would never be considered for the team over someone like Brooks. Wouldn't be considered.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where Thomas is in the standings. I doubt he's very high up. But it just, the boost it would give to the international team would be
huge.
amazing. Because who's the best player on the international team? Hideki?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
Hideki,
Ryan Fox.
Ryan Fox isn't even on the team.
I don't know, Ben
I'm trying to
Am.
think. I feel like we're
Like-
missing someone.
In terms of PGA performance this year, Ben Am.
Sungjae?
Yeah, Sung Jae, Ben An, and Siwoo.
Tom Kim's starting to play pretty good again.
Yeah, so we'll get to, and he was like the one good guy at Quail Hollow for the internationals. Then you got the Canadians. Connors and Taylor for sure, I would guess, are probably on the team, being that it's in Canada.
But like, would
what-
Answer make a team today?
I don't know, but he'd be at least a fringe guy. Like I think that Abe Answer is better than Nick Taylor, but Nick Taylor is going to be on the team in points.
Agreed.
Minwoo Lee is another guy that people really love. I imagine
Yeah, he's got to be on
there.
the team.
I think he would have to be a captain's pick, though, wouldn't he? He's just not played that well.
Yeah, he doesn't have the results this year.
He's
Let's
got
see.
the boomer bust though, like to lose
wait,
him
what?
at.
What about Cam Smith?
Well, he's
Yeah,
on
but we
Live.
need-
I know. I thought we were talking about guys from.
Oh no!
Liv that could
If we
come
talk
over.
about Live, you got Cam Smith, Burmeister, Louis, Neiman, right there. There's 4 guys who are automatically
Yeah.
on the team.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Who
Thought
can
we
win
just-
any of their matchups.
Those guys would automatically be on for sure.
How many Canadians are going to be on the team?
2, I think.
I think there's going to be 3.
3.
I assume Hadwin will be the third. Hadwin, Connors, Taylor.
Yeah, that's my guess right now. But Hadwin's almost in on points right now, and Connors isn't. He would have to be the captain's pick. And then it's like Griot, EVR, currently Cam Davis.
Would Munoz make the team?
Munoz wouldn't. Jason Day is actually in on points right now, so he'd probably
Wow.
get on.
And Adam
Jeez.
Scott will be on the team.
You can't just keep giving Adam Scott things when he
I
doesn't perform.
guarantee you he will be
You
on the
guaranteed Tony Finau would go to the Ryder Cup.
team. Okay, fine. You're right. That was wrong. I'm guaranteeing you right now, unless Adam Scott says I'd rather go on a vacation, he's on the team.
See what people are saying in the chat. Oh, before I forget, James, show to binge might not be your cup of tea. It's a very mean show. But if you have Hulu, Different People, I believe is the name of the show. It's a Billy Eichner. It's a Billy Eichner show.
Looking it up right now.
But you were going to say the briefcase.
Wait, what was it? Did you say different people? What's it called?
Yeah, Different People.
All right, different people.
No, that's not what it's called. My wife and I watched it ages ago when it was on. It just they felt like they had to go viral because they're both like trying to get into entertainment.
Has he seen Extras?
Anyway, Extras is great. Extras actually isn't great. You just watch the YouTube clips of Extras.
Extras is great.
It just has great scenes.
It does.
By that point, I've seen everything.
It has one great scene every show.
It's such a
I really don't want the +5. If the 5s make it, there's going to be
there's no if. I mean, it's already to T62, T63, and like all these slappies at +4. Like there's no way.
It's going to be like it's just so much foot traffic on the course tomorrow. 80 guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeff. They'll start early. That's fine. The more foot traffic, the better. The tougher the track gets. Or are you just trying to run interference here for Ludwig?
I've got a lot of names at the top here, near like flirting, playing half decent. So yeah,
I think it would be great if someone like Scheffler goes out tomorrow morning early when there's a little bit of dew down and shoots like 5 under.
I mean, it's called difficult people.
Okay. By the way, if Scheffler goes 65-65, he can still win this. I know that's not likely.
absolutely.
But like,
Yeah,
he could get
5
there.
under. That's right.
I was looking at his like current top 10 odds, even though he's not inside the cut, but it's like +200.
But +200, they're so silly.
They just won't give you anything, right?
Difficult people.
You'll know by the first episode. And the only reason that jarred in my mind because the first episode, there's a thing that they want to bottle water that you got from school because they claim that the like fountain water that you got growing up just tasted differently than the rest of water. But they put it in this like milk carton type thing, and everyone's just like, well, does it taste like milk? They're like, no, it tastes like water.
My goodness.
I'm gonna go watch the trailer. See if it catches my eye.
It's very, like I said, it's very mean. It's a very mean-spirited show.
I need to take a break from all these Tom Cruise movies I've been watching.
Have you seen Veep yet?
No. Which I'm a
first.
political science guy like Pat, so I would love it. I've never watched West Wing either, who my wife always tells me I would love.
You're not missing much. But Veep is a fantastic show, and it's hilarious. It's probably the funniest American comedy of the last 15 years.
I just finished.
It's a bold statement.
I don't know that many people would disagree with me.
What would you say is before it?
Curb?
I guess. I mean, Curb was technically
but Curb had run so many seasons before. Like, I feel like there's that. That's my opinion anyway. If you can come up with a comedy, a U.S. comedy that was better than Veep in the last 15 years, I'll concede. But I don't think there is one.
It's funny. The two that people would point to being most hilarious are British shows that were adapted to be this.
Yeah, like The Office is great.
The Office. I mean, Veep was a British show too.
Like Yes Minister sort of thing.
Yeah. And then the guy who ran that came over to run it.
So
here.
So I strongly, if you enjoy politics and you enjoy very mean-spirited jokes and just hilarity, I think it's a fantastic show.
And it's just HBO, right? Like if you just go watch all the seasons on HBO,
yeah, it's not television, it's HBO.
Scheffler, top 240 to be inside the top 10.
That's ridiculous.
Akshay, who's in at 1 under, +275.
That's great. I mean, what is T10 right now? -1? I guess that's only 6 strokes back. He's probably, if he would start playing like himself again and get over the Ander curse, he probably is 6 strokes better than a lot of these jabronis in front of him.
I don't believe in curses.
Nah, man, dude, I literally played 100% Scotty Scheffler this week in my DraftKings lineups, thinking that the Ander curse can't be that powerful, and it is. I will never doubt it again.
Well, I take no responsibility.
Okay, no.
Finau would be such a great U.S. Open champion.
Who?
Finau, just lovely.
If he ever wins a major, I've always thought it would be the U.S. Open.
I always thought he was a PGA champion.
I was at Shinnecock Hills on that Saturday whenever he shot, like him and Berger were the only ones that shot under par, and they both shot like -3. And I remember thinking to myself that day, Finau's going to win a major one day, and it'll be a U.S. Open. I've stuck with that for like 5 years now, and I haven't gotten very far with it.
This is probably like the first U.S. Open I didn't bet him, so congrats to me.
I mean, can we just... We're pretending like other people are going to win. We know Hideki's going to win, right?
No,
Hideki was on
Hideki is going to moonwalk on one of his 2 rounds this weekend.
We haven't talked about Rory all evening, and like Rory is right there. And if he plays his best golf, he's,
I mean,
probably better than all those guys, other than maybe DeChambeau.
You just said on the show this week Did you reverse curse Rory into
I
a major?
didn't say anything about Rory this week.
You laughed at Rory because we always used to say when anyone's like when Rory is playing his best, he's the best player in the world, and you just went off about it how it's very clearly Scheffler. And I think you're right with the way that Scheffler's playing right now, but you had made mention of that.
I just said it. People say it's Rory, but that's not true. It's actually Scheffler. I think that's true, but like Rory's right there, and like other than DeChambeau, none of those names stack up to him. So Rory's right there.
I'll say this. Rory usually has that round where he plays like an asshole and really lets tournaments get away from him. He had that round today, and he still shot better than the field. So, like, if that's going to be his worst round, I think he's live.
This course is too hard for him. Like, he wins majors at places that are, you know, relatively easy.
I will say that his around the green approach this week is very reminiscent to what he did and accomplished at Royal Liverpool when he won. Like, he's taking very much the same strategy.
That's fair. But like even last year, LA Country Club was a super easy track for a US Open. Of course, Rory was right at the top.
Did you look at his stats today? Rory was picked up, like killed at tee to green and lost 2.5 putting today. That's crazy.
Yeah, Rory, I watched probably every shot he took.
Oh, they're finally showing the Brooks putt into the bunker.
Of course, they want to show that on TV.
And then they're going to show him 4 putt.
Man, Rory picked up almost 3.5 strokes tee to green today. That's pretty good for a guy who shot 2 over.
Like, what are his odds right now to win? Plus 6 to 1,
4 to 1.
Rory, I think it's Ludwig, then Rory, then Bryson in the betting market.
I don't think that Ludwig should be ahead of Bryson, but I get it.
Yeah, Ludwig, Bryson, then Rory is how it goes on the betting board.
Those are the top 3.
And then Cantley's still 8 to 1.
Well, yeah, he just got himself out of position here off the tee.
Xander's 14, Hideki and Dietrich are both 20. Pavon is 21. Then it drops. Hatton 50. Tom Kim
Schauffele?
66. I said Xander's 14.
14. Okay.
Akshay 100 now. Henley's just lingering, by the way.
Was that live or just at Brooks for double or
Is
triple
Henley
bogey?
at even?
Henley's at even. No, that was the Brooks one when he completely imploded.
Okay. They're just replaying the meltdown. Okay.
Henley just
he
made
did
a
it
bogey
again.
to fall back to even, I think.
I thought he was at even. Yeah, he is at even.
Yeah,
He
was
got to
at
-1. He got to -1 for a
He
minute.
got to -1. He just bogeyed the hole. I believe it's the hole that Ludwig is playing.
Holy,
right now.
Zach Blair is under par at the U.S. Open. What is
Yeah.
the,
Crazy,
what is the
right?
world right now?
Crazy.
Can
Do you
somebody tell me
know-
about Tim Whiting? I don't even know. I don't know this cat.
He won back-to-back Corn Ferry events earlier this year.
Okay.
Then Harry Higgs did the same thing.
Harry Higgs.
If you had to guess, Jeff, who the top 5 players in tee to green are through the course of the tournament so far, who would you guess?
Ludwig,
Nope.
Bryson.
Nope. Only one of them is under par.
Detry.
Tom
Okay.
Kim is 5th at 1 under par. Sam Bairstow is 11 over par in his 4th tee to green. Denny McCarthy, Sahith Theegala, and Billy Horschel.
So it
Is
suggests
Getry leading in putting?
What's that?
Getry's #1 in putting.
It's got to
Getry?
be.
I mean, that's what he did at Valhalla.
Does that lead you to conclude that tee to green just isn't consequential for this tournament?
I mean, I think it's going to end up being so. I mean, I would look more probably at ball striking because it does seem like around the green and putting can kind of be one and the same here a lot of times. Sam Burns has gained almost 5 strokes putting today alone. And those tee to green numbers were just for today, by the way. And Dietrich Matsuyama, Freddie Ketchup, and Brendan Todd. Overall, the best putters are Pavon, English, Dietrich, Gunnar Byron, Brian Harmon, and Ludwig.
Thought it was for sure Xander would be up there. Feels like he's rolling in everything.
Brian Harmon at?
Where is Brian Harmon? Brian Harmon is at, let's see here. He's +2.
He's easy to overlook, if you know what I mean.
I didn't think this would be a good track for him myself.
Brian
You're
Harmon?
kinda seeing everyone
like it.
kind of compete regardless. There's a very distinct advantage for the long players if they are hitting it straight.
Like Bryson. has
And
been.
Bryson and Ludwig and Rory, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I assume Finau's kind of doing the same. Like if we just
Is Mathieu Pavon long?
No.
think so.
I don't know.
He's
I don't know.
He's a short game maestro. I think
he's
he's short.
long.
I think he's short and crooked. Actually, he's like really
Okay.
bad off the tee, if I remember right.
That's the Cam Smith combo.
Yeah, exactly. He may
So,
not
like-
hit it far, but he hits it crooked.
So
Or
to
Jordan Spieth.
take a look at the most important thing this week, and it goes hand in hand with approach, obviously. The leaders right now and off the tee are Rory, Tim Whiting, Ludwig, Bryson, Luke Clanton, Hatton, Finau, and all those guys are inside the top 10 except for one of them.
Jeff, do you see Finau's got 8 feet for birdie on 15 right now? He makes this. He's like within one of the leaders. I don't know what his odds are, but maybe get it in before he rolls this putt. He somehow missed it on the right side, too. I don't know how you get on the right side of 15.
Save from A-Bear.
He's just been making all of these.
That's a tough putt. That turns hard left at the end. It's a beautiful read.
I asked Jeff this before we went on the air, and he said, ask it on here. Is Aberg the best putter of all the elite players?
I think Bryson is.
It's probably Xander.
Yeah, those were the only other two I considered.
Xander, and it's of the group, like the guys who'd be the top 5 or so on a PGA odds board. It's Xander and Ludwig, and then there might be a bit of a gap too.
Well, Rory's weird because Rory has those rounds where he just makes everything. And there's very few guys that kind of have that one trait. Bryson should be if you consider Bryson to be a truly elite, which he is, then
Bryson's there. My head was just thinking like the standard PGA odds board, but for sure Bryson is there.
Racerman.
If Bryson is if Ludwig's elite, then Bryson's elite. Like Bryson was great at both majors this year, and he's won a major.
Vic is a pretty good putter.
That's long.
He is.
And Wyndham Clark is an excellent putter, but he's world number 4, by the way. And Homa. Homa would be the other one.
Wyndham Clark's going to win an elevated event this summer at 70-1.
Is he not making the cut?
I think he did make the cut, didn't he?
Homa blew up, I think.
Homa melted down. Homa's he ejected today.
Wyndham Clark.
Yeah, he did. He's like 4 on 4 or 3.
4. He's in.
Yeah.
Oh, so he'll actually get to play 54 holes in a major for the first time this year. How about that?
Really going after your guy.
Well, it's just like, of all the people who complained about 54-hole tournaments, who's the only guy who won this year by only playing 54 holes? Him. So, like, I don't understand.
Ludwig would have waxed him.
Maybe.
There was a bunch of other guys up there, too, though. Like, it's Pebble Beach.
Who else was up there? Remind me. I forget.
I believe Mark Hubbard was up there. Hubba Hubbard. Finau missed.
Yeah, we just watched it.
Oh, God. Hey, just to point something out about Tony Finau's putting. Ever since he went to that kind of forward lean with his putting, the one thing he still sucks at putting, but at least he gets the ball to the hole now. Because it used to always drive me nuts how often he would leave his putt short, and at least now he gets it to the hole when he misses.
Oh, you know who would have won at Pebble Beach? Probably Scotty Scheffler, who was like 2 strokes back.
Can't argue.
It was Wyndham, Ludwig, Pavon. Then it was Dietrich, Hoagie, Hubbard, JT, Day, Scotty.
Sounds like there's a lot of crossover between Pebble Beach and Pinehurst number 2 based on these boards. Listen to the guys you listed off. They're right there.
I mean, I guess, Pavon is there.
Dietrich, you mentioned.
Dietrich and Ludwig. And
Ludwig, well, that's 3 guys in the top 5.
I think the other guys all missed the cut.
Still, that's 3 guys in the top 5, and Bryson didn't play. Did Rory even play? I can't remember.
He did. He took that penalty.
I think it would be great if Rory was in the last group and lost by a stroke.
That
would bring me great joy.
Why?
I would you don't want him to win another major?
Yeah, but not yet.
I just think he wins
not
one.
Yet.
If he can just win one, we get rid of like the talking point. Is just like I was kind of glad.
I like the talking point.
Yeah, but I was sick of talking about Xander can't win a major, and now I'm glad that's gone.
Yeah, but I'm old fashioned. I guess I kind of like when streaks continue. Like I've been cheering for the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup final because I don't want a team from Canada to beat Montreal's last Stanley Cup. So keep it going.
Yeah, but that's different. This is like you have no actual. Like, why do you not like Rory?
It's not that I don't like Rory. It's just that, like, I feel like the way he won his last major was under very skeptical circumstances.
Yeah, but can you not sympathize, even if you disagree with his original point, can you not sympathize with, like, his last year and literally he believed in something and then the organization put him out there and then they pulled the rug out on him? Like,
yes, that's terrible form.
And the emotional toll that took. And then
that's rough.
Because he was sort of the face of it, it caught his certain friendships, lifelong friendships of his. I don't know, man.
I do have great empathy. Rory? I'm not against Rory by any means. Just I don't want him to win again yet.
You want to be 45 or something? It's
I would
like
rather his next win be at Augusta and let him get his next major by getting the Grand Slam.
That would be
That'd
awesome.
be a far better story.
By the way, Burmeister birdied the last to get to 5.
Good.
Like,
Like, wouldn't that be much better,
He did
Jeff?
a fist pump right when he made it. I referenced that earlier. They showed him. He did like a big fist pump. He was pumped.
I was still glued to McKibben making that putt to probably make the cut, and then he smiled and he's like the cover boy on the big book of British smiles.
Yeah, that's why I said, yeah. But yes, I'm
He needs to
hoping
get
that
the fits Invisalign.
I hope Rory wins at Augusta. That's what next time I'd like to see him win a major.
Do the Oilers
It's a
have
much
any
better
chance
story.
of coming back there, Top Cat?
0%.
Is it 3-0?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's over.
Has that ever happened? It happened once in hockey.
It
didn't
happened
To the
twice.
It happened to the Flyers, I feel.
Yeah, I
like.
guess the Bruins. Actually, the Flyers did it to the Bruins. And then, like, there was another one not that long ago between, like, the Kings and Sharks or something.
I just remember, like, for years, like, it just had never happened.
And I don't think the Mavericks are going to make it happen either.
I mean, James, do you watch any NBA?
Yeah, I got that because the Thunder were good this year. I kind of got back into it. That's my local team.
I haven't really been paying attention to it, but I assume this is a take that a lot of people have out here, is that this Mavericks run with Luka playing out of his mind is essentially just like that LeBron year when they went to the finals and got swept.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
They're not that complete of a team. I mean, honestly, they got pretty lucky to get past the Thunder. And I knew they would be exposed by a more veteran team. And that's definitely what the Celtics are. And it's not even a fun series. Like, it's just a straight ass whooping.
Which is no fun.
It's not. Competitive
No.
series in the finals.
God, it's the most annoying person I know is a big Boston fan.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
We
Oh,
prefer
yeah.
Boston win nothing.
I would rather it not be Boston, but like I would like a competitive series. I just got so tired of Dallas with their marginal players looking like all-stars. Like PJ Washington's now like the greatest player ever against Oklahoma City. So it's fun to see him be reminded that he's like mid at best.
Well, my hope is, since for whatever reason the NBA decided to get rid of the 2-3-2 in the finals, which I really liked, they went to the 2-2-1-1-1.
Oh, nice shot.
I certainly hope the Mavericks win Game 4 so that Boston at least doesn't get to win at home.
so you can get credit for your Celtics.
Wait a second. Wait, Boston. If Dallas wins Game 4, Boston.
No,
would get
I
to win
hope
Game
Boston
5.
wins in
Oh,
Game 4.
I see. Yeah, I
But
got
at
you.
least Boston doesn't get to celebrate at home.
Right.
Give me at least that joy. Like,
Well,
at
I
least
mean-
when the Red Sox won in 2004, at least they didn't get to win in Fenway.
And we get the joy of seeing Mark Cuban's pouty face. That'd be fun too.
Yeah, that too. But, like, let the fans not have the win at home. Give me at least that.
I
That's all
didn't realize the lady that it's actually funny because Cuban's so progressive. The lady he sold his team to, Sheldon Adelson's wife,
Oh, no way.
she's the biggest Trump. She's like the biggest Trump donor in America, which is very like anti NBA.
I thought some of the owners were getting together and blocking that or something. Didn't I read that in an article? I don't know. I didn't really. Keep up
it
with
seems
I
like
swear I
it
saw that.
happened.
Because
Seems
she was like
it's-
bitching about some of the owners were trying to keep her from buying it, or maybe she did buy it. and they
she
were trying
bought
to stop
it,
her.
but she's not allowed to represent the team, so they made her put her son-in-law in charge or something.
Buy a team. I do whatever the fuck I want. Tell me I.
I would feel the same way.
team.
Like, if you own the team, you own the team.
Yeah, I mean, we dealt with Marge Schott baseball. Like we can handle it.
There is a throwback.
See, owners should have more personalities these days.
I
Well,
agree.
yeah.
Which owners actually
yeah.
have personality? Buddy, who owns the Colts, he's like up
Oh,
there.
Irsay.
right?
Ursay.
Jura?
Yeah,
Who?
yeah. I guess football kind of had
Jerry
it all.
Jones? Jura?
Yeah.
How old is Jerry Jones?
He's got to
Gotta
be
be-
like 82.
I was gonna say he's got to be in his 80s.
He was in college in like what 59 or something like that. So
But like, who do you think who's the next guard of like the face of NFL owners? Because Jerry's getting out there. Like Jerry's gonna be out soon. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
You know what I
Jerry's
mean?
81.
yeah.
cool.
Robert Kraft's getting pretty old too.
Yeah, see, I was thinking about him, but yeah.
The only time, James, DraftKings ever stepped in when I was with DraftKings, I was there for 7 years to take something out of my show.
Well, wait, what? What'd they take out?
Robert Kraft rub and tug jokes.
Oh wow.
What the? What? Because they're located in Boston and that like hurt their feelings?
I,
or
thi-
what?
I think that he
Partners,
like at the
maybe?
time had been like a silent investor.
That's so ridiculous.
And it's not like it wasn't true. We knew it was true.
right? I mean, yeah, it definitely happened. It's just the bigger question is like, who gives a shit? That's the bigger question.
I keep thinking on the top right feed here that Dustin is Ludwig, and I keep thinking that Ludwig is in trouble. It's just Dustin every time.
Yeah.
So
just
right
everywhere.
now, Cantley would go with Bryson tomorrow, and they had that funny exchange in the FedEx Cup a couple years ago.
What is
Detry will go out in the second last group or last group, depending on, I guess.
is it who finishes first?
Yeah, who gets in first today?
Is
Oh, that's
that
really
the US?
that's what it is. It's not based on who scored on the round. It's literally who gets in the house first.
Well, I mean,
It's
obviously,
first in,
that's
last.
the
It's first
tiebreaker.
in, last out. Is
Those
how
are the
it is.
those are the tiebreakers, right?
Okay, I literally didn't know that. I was about to ask Jeff.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
like between DeChambeau, Finau, and Detry, Finau would be the in last of those three because he's going to finish last.
But
And DeChambeau got in before Detry. I'm
Okay, so
pretty
then
sure.
DeChambeau would then be in the pole position for that to be in the second group.
oh,
I thought it was
Yeah,
just.
I mean-
it just makes so much more sense if it was based on the previous round, like what their score was. That's what I thought.
I actually think tournament organizers should work with TV to, if you're like at the same number, that
Sergio.
they should be able to customize the groups.
I agree. If you
Well,
have the
no,
same
gotta
score,
lay- no,
you can
I
reset them any
disagree.
way you
It's-
want.
By the
It's
way,
a major championship.
can't lay bogey.
You got to set the rules out in advance, and there can't be any question about it. You can't be playing around with things
Yeah, but
for the purposes of TV.
you can't do
You
it if
can't.
everyone is the same score. It's at the discretion of the tournament organizers of who. Oh Jesus, DJ, of who goes out with who. This is a TV. This is an
I
entertainment
know.
television product. Make it better for
But
TV.
you can be sure the people at the RNA don't look at it that way at all.
I understand that, but they want their fucking money. That's the
They're
rule.
going to get their money anyway. If you don't want to pay me, I'll go to some other network who will pay me even more. Netflix will give me twice what you're giving me.
See, you say that. I don't think that money is there in golf now.
For live sports, I
No.
think there is. For a live major, yeah, I think that you could go to any network and they would pay you whatever you asked, basically.
There's the Canadian amateur guy. He's sponsored by Canada.
Ashton McCullough.
That's him.
He's going to make it. Clanton, who you said has been
Like
crushing
the
it off
government of Canada sponsors them.
No, it's
I
like
think
the
he just
RC
wear. I think
he's
just
wearing
wearing
the RCGA logo.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
wearing
it
the
was
golf
like
Canada
Golf
logo.
Canada. Golf.
So the guy
Connor
that,
Royne.
the guy that gives me lessons, Jeff, he played with Tim and I yesterday morning. He missed out on qualifying for the Canadian Open by 2 strokes, which sucks. He missed out by a stroke last year. We might have to start like some sort of fund to get him to try to qualify for the U.S. Open. He shot the most casual 68 of all time with us.
Most casual. You wouldn't even know it.
Wait, is this the guy you sponsor or whatever?
Yeah.
Is this the same guy? Yeah.
Wouldn't even know it. You blink, he's like, oh yeah, I was 2 under on that back 9. You were.
And you
Yeah,
just
no.
and you start running it through your mind. It's like, oh yeah, you had a birdie putt from 17 feet.
Yeah, I noticed.
At
on
first
hole-
on every hole.
I noticed in hole 7, you're like, I'm not making my birdie putts today. I was like, you're having birdie putts?
Yeah, I always find it amazing when you play with somebody who's like a scratch golfer, how like not impressive they are on a shot by shot basis. But like when the round's over and you look at their score, you're like, shit, you never make bogeys. Like
That's
I
it,
just
like-
always assume they're just throwing darts all day like the pros, but that's not
But
what
no.
like most scratch golfers do.
They make pars, and like
Yeah.
pars in and of themselves usually aren't impressive, right?
Yep.
They make pars. They
and
take
all-
advantage of local par 5s, and they're good enough to hit 1 or 2 20-footers or something, right?
And that's exactly kind of what he did. Like he just dummied the par 5s. He had an eagle
Yep.
putt on 4 of the 5 par 5s and
trouble for Luke.
birdied
And
them
they
all.
don't they don't 3-jack from 8 feet like I do.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they
no,
don't.
No.
But
Because I'm like,
basically,
I am not leaving this par putt short, and then I blow it by 6 feet, and then I'm like, no way I'm making that comebacker.
basically the round that he played yesterday was I played the shitty version of that round today. I think I hit 15 greens of regulation.
Wow.
Except I didn't hit the first 3 holes. I was inside 10 feet, missed all 3 birdie putts, and the rest of them were like 35 feet, 2 putt. Just like run it up.
15
and
out of
tap
18
it.
greens
Those
in
guys
reg is
don't-
impressive.
Those
That's
guys
impressive.
don't make doubles. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If they get in trouble, they find a way to get to bogey. Like they change their mindset. It's like, okay, car's off the table. How do I only make a bogey here?
And they're always thinking about their score. I'm just always thinking about I want to hit a really good shot here. Like that's probably not the best way to play golf.
Well, I was struggling a little bit, like a lot yesterday compared to today. And we were walking up one of the fairways and he was walking with me. I like topped the ball off the tee with my hybrid. It went like 70 yards. I hit this next shot with a 7-iron and just fucking hooked it. It hit a tree and bounced back into like the rough. So it was playable. He just looks at me and goes, you should be making a triple bogey on this hole right now. He's like, and you're not. He's like, just get it up and down and make bogey. Like that's a huge win. And I was like, I never thought of it like that. And like, it's very obvious, but in the moment, you're just like, fuck this.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
He's like, just when you get a break, take advantage of the break because you're going to get some shit breaks along the way too. And he wasn't even really playing. Like he was
Like-
just firing at pins from like 220 out.
Yeah, but like he wasn't doing anything like incredible other than the consistency is what's incredible. That he never misses.
Yeah, 0 bad shots. It sounds like he hits everything off the face. And you want to talk about like a mini man. He's what,
not
5'5"?
He's taller than that. He's probably
Connors
like 5'7".
just hit it to a foot on number 9.
Who did?
Par 5 of par 3.
Oh,
Connors.
Morikawa's up to +4. Meltdown watch. I loved it. I'm not a Morikawa.
He's having the
guy.
meltdown that you anticipated Brooks would have.
Oh,
Yeah, Brooks kind
oh.
of steadied the ship a little bit, it seems like.
Hey, as I always say about Brooks, real high character, never bitch quits.
Brooks would just like to get out of here so that if there's a game 5 in Florida, he can watch his Panthers win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even consider I didn't even think about that
That's
when I
not
was
a
doing
bad-
my capping this week. Oh, Justin Thomas just missed a 1 foot putt.
Like he'd like to get out of Dodge here and get to Edmonton tomorrow night for game 4 if he could.
I'm sure that he would. And you know that he's going to be fired up in that fucking whatever suite that he's in. He looks like he has a good time at these games.
I mean, when he gets to his 18th hole, he can do some math and be like, well, I can't come back and win this thing. And my boys are playing. So if he finds a double on 18, I won't find it shocking.
When, Jeff, do you think Ludwig is going to get punched in the mouth here? Because is like
He's in a spot of bother here.
Yeah,
is,
it could
he's
be
in a
right
bunker.
now.
it could be right now, but he just keeps, he'll hit this to 9 feet and make the putt. That's what he's been doing for the past 2 rounds. He hasn't been in, like, weirdly, this is kind of the most trouble that he's been in, but how
Well, we'll
do
see.
you think
Maybe,
he'll
yeah.
respond?
He can make he made that great par save. If he makes a bogey here, whatever, I got one to burn. But I don't want to.
Not answering.
I'd like to just get in the clubhouse. Like
No,
I just,
I'm asking you. Let's say he makes a double. Like, no one's going to be immune from a bad hole for 72 holes. Like Cantlay had his earlier. How do you think that he responds from that?
fine. It actually was a great note that someone reminded me of this week when he made the double on 11 on Sunday at the Masters. He walked off the green smiling. So he'll whatever. He'll smile. He'll walk it off and smile about it.
We'll see though how he does tomorrow when there's big crowds and he's got Rory with him, or he has Bryson with him, and you can hear that roar the hole before, and like everything gets tighter. Friday at a major,
Yeah, but
nothing like
here's the
Saturday
thing.
at a major.
In the same way, guys, do you remember when he just started, Pat? And
Looks good.
do you remember Pat
Gets it to
and
9 feet,
even
he'll make the
James?
par putt.
Pat and James, do you remember when Ludwig first got on tour and he'd have these great
Really
Friday
bad.
positions and then not play well Saturday, and people were like making conclusions about him, like because can't score on Saturdays. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That would be like making fun of like CJ Stroud for having like a bad third quarter or something. Like, who cares? Are you not looking at what you're
I'm not-
seeing?
Wow.
On that tool we do, Jeff, there's like a thing called like historical round 3, and he would always have like an F because like through his first 4 Saturdays they were bad, right? It's just based on a statistical number, and I would always have to tell people like take that with a grain of salt. He's only got 4 rounds, right? We don't know what this guy is yet. Let's pump
And
the
I
brakes on just assuming he's a failure on Saturdays.
And Jeff was super triggered because I was the one who kept bringing up that he sucked on Saturdays. He suffered from Tommy Fleetwood syndrome.
Okay, but here's the thing. Tomorrow, if he sucks, people are gonna do that. Like, who cares? Like it's the last group Saturday at a major. He might suck tomorrow. Like, it's definitely in the range of outcomes.
Oh, for sure. Like any player at this course, it doesn't matter who it is live to shoot a 77. That's why this is a fun course.
And if he does shoot a 77 tomorrow, would that tell you anything about him?
No.
Like, would your opinion of him change at all?
No, not at all. If
Exactly.
he won this tournament, I don't think my opinion would change.
If
If
he melted down on Sunday with a lead, your opinion would change a little bit.
No,
Okay,
I don't
sure.
think so,
If it's
'cause
like
it'd be his
4
first
stroke-
time with the lead in a major like that, we've seen
But
so
it'd be
many.
like, I guess I really can't say he's super steady at this point. He's got to prove it, sort of thing.
I mean,
Didn't Rory melt down at Augusta, then go win the US Open?
He did.
As
Yeah,
a baby?
he did.
Like, whatever, man.
Okay, but you don't want to hear any criticism though. You're not a neutral observer.
no, but I think that we're all. I mean, you seem to be the one who's on the fence. I think I'm with Jeff of saying
We'll
like
see.
I think that Ludwig is at some point going to be the #1 player in the world.
I doubt it, but maybe it'll happen.
No, he will.
I
He
doubt it. I think there's too many other good players to say that.
I think tomorrow it's going to be a little spicier. I'm just looking at the weather here. It's going to get up in the mid 90s again. It looks like there's going to be more wind tomorrow than there's been these first 2 days. And I bet they don't water the greens tomorrow morning like we saw that footage of them watering the greens today. So like if this gets like super spicy tomorrow and the average score is like 4 or 5 over, who does that like? Who benefits the most from that?
Tyrrell Hatton. Veterans. No,
Oh no,
veterans
Matsuyama, like
the
someone.
veterans who can keep their cool, and maybe Aubert fits the keeping his cool.
Who does that fit? So who do we like? It's even par 1 over. That's going to go out 2 hours before Bryson and Ludwig. And
oh no, those guys are at 3 over. You know who's like doing really well tee to green this week and can't make any putts? Jordan.
Really?
I noticed. I've actually noticed that he's played.
Okay,
Quite
here's a guy. I mentioned that he was number 1 tee to green today. That kind of fits the bill of exactly what you're talking about. That if it gets firm and fast, he's just going to kind of like plod it along. He'll make his 10, like if he's going to play well, he'll make his 10-foot putts. He'll steal a chip in or two. He's at even par, and I'm going to bet on him right now because I'm going to go find what his odds are.
Wait, I think I know who the answer is here.
Oh, I will take questions from the audience if you want to guess.
Steven Yeager? Who? I have no idea.
Billy Horschel?
Billy Horschel.
Yeah, definitely. I love Billy Horschel just lingering right there at even.
Yeah, he's just there.
Yeah.
And it's not like he hasn't won big events in his career. He was like 4th at Chambers Bay, too, with those octopus pants.
Yeah. Good. Hey, good Billy's a killer. We just don't get to see good Billy a whole lot.
This is the most international of a board at a major that I've seen in a long time.
We'll see what it looks like at the end.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's just no, I mean, there's a couple of Americans. They're in the top 10. You have more Euros than you and internationals than you do Americans.
And one of those Americans is Zach Blair, for crying out loud.
What about Corey Connors? What are his odds to win?
I don't know, 1,000,000 to 1. They took him out. Oh, Ludwig missed it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Don't.
Oh, so so he's got to tap in birdie to get to -1. Now I see what you're saying, Jeff. That's pretty big.
Steady. If it requires like,
All right, I'm betting.
steady playing.
I'm betting Horschel 100 to 1 with 4 places.
Like,
Let's do it. I really want to bet Akshay.
like of
Just
those
stare
guys,
at me.
I would pick Schauffele as the person who would stand up well to this.
I would agree with you. That's someone who could do it too.
I think he's too fiery. I think when things go bad, they're going to go bad for Sergio.
Yeah, but Sergio can.
he's going to destroy himself.
Sergio and Hatton. I mean, I think Hatton's kind of more that guy. Sergio plays the reverse momentum with that too. When everyone's struggling, Sergio can kind of like power up.
That's fair. And he's older and a little more mellow than he used to be.
you just see miss that putt right there?
Yeah, that's why we were
Okay.
talking.
Oh, I
about
see.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess my feed's like 15 seconds behind.
I think
yours.
you need a steady hand at the tiller. So that would scare me about Bryson. It would scare me about Finau. Scare me about yeah, I mean, like Cantley's in a great position there.
Yeah, the tax man.
Cantley is neither up nor down. Like I wouldn't write him off by any means.
Was Bio is Bio Kim, Jeff, the guy that got banned on the Korean tour? Oh, that's Brian Kim. I saw B Kim. I thought it was Bio Kim. Bio Kim might still be suspended for cheating.
How did he cheat?
I don't know. Razzo used to always bring it up.
Hey, what's Finau's odds? Just out of curiosity. I'm kind of warming up to Finau's going to win this thing.
He's
I
10
think
to
he-
1.
he's putting for
10
par
to,
right now.
10 to 1? And he's only 1 shot off the lead? Or was that a birdie putt that Iceberg missed? I thought that was a par putt.
No,
I
it
thought
was a par putt.
too.
Oh, no.
It was a
Yeah,
par
this
putt.
for-
He
He was
yeah,
in
this
the
was-
bunker.
Just confirming the
And then
bogey
he
now.
Yeah, just tapped in his bogey. I just watched him on the featured group. So, yeah, he's 1 off the lead, and you're getting 10 to 1? Damn.
Pavon was off that as soon as he hit it.
Let me go look at some ball striking real quick.
I mean, I bet you the ball striking's good, but if it comes down to Finau has to make 4 footers for par on Sunday,
Hey,
he's gonna.
I
miss
just
the
watched him
tough-
roll in a 6-footer with confidence for par. That's why I was like, holy shit. Look at him putting with confidence. You don't ever see that. Normally you see him putt like a little timid 6-year-old. Pavon misses a putt? That's allowed? Wow.
Yeah,
I
11
didn't
feet.
know they allowed that. Oh man,
Yeah,
these Tony stats.
Yeah, so someone just pointed out, yeah, Tom Kim is just there at -1.
Tom Kim playing lovely. His ball striking's been lovely.
I will warn you, Tom Kim loves a bogey though. That guy. He gets him back with a lot of birdies, but God, he loves a bogey.
Oh, another Euro to join the top 10. Steven Yeager.
Wow, Steven.
He needs to be on the cliques with all the other like Central European guys. Get Keimer, Jagger, Moronk. Get
Oh, my.
Dietrich. There you go.
Jagger had a really nice. He can make a lot of pars. I think he parred the whole front 9.
Oh, this is big for the cut right now.
What? Fitz?
Fitz just missed
Up and
it.
out of it. Yeah.
He missed it? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's done. So he's in at 5.
All right. Wait, did he make the tap in? Or we?
Oh, we haven't seen him make the tap.
Yeah, I
in.
guess he could miss the tap in and miss the cut. which
So
would be-
that brings it down to one more player needs to drop to push the cut to
So I'm
plus
guessing
5.
he's
and there's
family-
and there's a bunch of guys right there, and two of
his
them are
family did
amateurs.
Summer in Pinehurst, I guess.
Yeah, Brian Kim and Neil Shipley are both at plus 4. Along
We're
with
gonna
Brooks and
have
Morikawa.
85 players this weekend. Gross.
Let me see. Yeah.
It's almost as if, Jeff, it's better when events don't have cuts, right?
Oh, stop.
I mean,
Terrible take.
I would
well,
like
it's-
I would like
unfortunately,
90 guys cut. Not
it's the way we're moving now.
I like a 90-man cut. I don't like that's going to be only.
Well, they were trying to do a 90-man cut with the T60. They just didn't know that everybody was going to pile up on the T5 or the plus 5.
Yeah, they did try for the 90.
156 guys. They were trying to cut 96 of them.
I wonder what the 6 of 6 gets to if it goes to plus 5. I imagine it triples it.
I can go tell you real quick.
would
You
have
can.
to. It's
I don't.
not
A
even-
lot of people don't know this on cut sweats. You can go over and like manually adjust and like move a guy or two off the cut line and move the cut line up and look at the new cut distribution.
I couldn't imagine with Fleetwood and Scotty. It would just be bonkers how many people would get
Millionaire
home.
maker, customize. Let's go over here and let's go put a couple slap dicks across the line. So,
Oh, Todd just made mention to me is that Pat, don't let Tim get away with saying that veterans who keep their cool and don't lose their head are going to play well. And then you said that Hatton is going to
I
play well.
started with Hatton and then I stopped myself and said, actually, no, even though it's going to play hard tomorrow, I think this place is more suitable for veterans or people who just are really good at keeping it calm and cool.
Oh, there's Brooks.
come on, cut distribution. Quit making me look stupid.
Personally, I would love to see Pavon and Aubert give one back and us have a 6-way tie going into tomorrow.
So if you, I dropped Kuchar and an amateur and like saying that they moved the line for us. The 6 of 6 would jump up to 22.6% millionaire maker.
And what is it at plus 4?
That would be if it goes to plus 5 and brings all those guys back in. I went and manually moved the line on cut sweats.
So that's a lot.
Yeah, 22.2 or 20, basically 23% is ridiculous. It's like this is like your 6 of 6s aren't anything special. Whereas, if you reset it, I think they don't even know what the current cut is. Let's see dashboard. Yeah, the current 6 of 6 is only like 5 or 6%. So it's going to be quite the jump when this happens.
So Fitz made his putt, by the way.
Yay, dickhead. See, I'm still hoping for a Morikawa meltdown one time.
He's putting for birdie right now.
Maybe you just blow it by 6 feet. Don't leave it short.
Just missed it.
You hate to see it. Oh, I'm what? Yeah. Hell, even he'll make that tap in. All right. One time, find me a double on 9.
Uh-oh.
Put it-
If they're showing Francesco Molinari here, he must have done something special.
Oh, they showed it up there earlier.
Well, the guy said they have a commitment to showing everyone in the field these 2 days.
Like going in?
I haven't seen Aaron Ryan as 2 gloves yet.
Or
Or it is hole in one.
Wait, who?
Francesco Molinari.
Oh,
shit.
wow. Yeah, I'm watching it right
Wow,
now.
and that's to get back onto the cut line too.
to make the cut. That was his last hole.
Wow.
There's
There's
in
one
on the
guy out there
number.
who played Francesco Molinari this week, just going ape shit right now.
That gets him. Well, yeah, that gets him to
Incre-
+5.
Oh, that did not look like it was going to make it. Wow. Wow.
Well, that is incredible. Good.
Hey,
for
what was
you.
the line on hole in one this week? Surely it was a negative or a
I didn't
plus
see
bet.
it. I didn't see it, and I didn't say anything about it.
Yeah. I would have bet no, and there was 2 today, so
Were they both at 9? Like, was Straka's also at 9?
I believe it was, yes.
Okay.
Oh, Sep.
How about that? What a
How
great-
about that? That's awesome.
what a way to get in.
Straka was at 9 also, yep.
Although Jeff wouldn't have wanted you in because Jeff.
Wait, was that was his 18th hole too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's got to be the most insane make the cut I've ever seen.
that's incredible.
Oh man.
That's
Telling
so
you.
cool.
I hope he's part of the millionaire maker winning lineup this week. And that guy can be like, I knew all along. Hole in one to make the cut on the number. Never seen that. And I'm a man who's played a lot of
So
Francesco
awesome.
Molinari
That
in
is
my
so
life.
awesome.
It probably has never happened before.
Brooks just
That
missed
is
his
the
4
best.
4-foot birdie putt.
I would guess that's the first time that's ever happened.
Hole in one to make the cut.
A hole in one on your last hole to make the cut, because how many holes go off? How many often do you go off split tees? Like only 2 of 4 majors do you go off split tees to begin with. So so that's only half the tournaments you have a chance at, really. And then how many courses they go to? 9 is a par 3, because not 18 isn't for any of them.
The most impressive one I ever remember, there's 2. John Bird made the hole in one on the first playoff hole to win.
Oh, that was incredible. Yeah.
And I think it was either Fleetwood or Sergio in the match play in their extra hole. One of them made a hole in one.
Okay, so those are just tour events, but fair enough.
I think Sergio did nip Fleetwood with some. Yeah, that does sound right. Something.
That's a walk-off.
I say we call her quits here after Morikawa and Brooks finish their round. What do you guys think?
Whatever you want to do.
It's at T61 right now. So, I mean, if it's a cut sweat show, we know the cut's going to be +5.
Yeah, I'll check Data Golf, and I would estimate it's probably 99% that it's
literally 99.0% right now.
I would say, yeah,
on the dot.
We should probably stay to watch Finau and Aberg finish too.
What hole are they on?
They're putting on 17.
Oh yeah, well Brooks and Morikawa are heading to 18 right now, so that makes sense.
No, they're headed
Who's
to
left
9,
who's
but
left
yeah,
that
same
can
thing.
move the cut. Shipley,
Everyone
Kim,
at 4. There's 2 amateurs.
Ryan Fox,
Oh, Keska the Fox say.
Brooks,
Brooks and
Kat
Morikawa.
Morikawa, Cooch on the last
Morikawa's
hole.
going to find a double for me, so that'll do it for us.
You also have to remember you have Rye, Eckroat, Hoog, Berger, Thigala, all at +3, who could easily make 2 bogeys or a double.
Be great.
I have the worst ever 250 DraftKings lineup, James. That's a 6 of 6.
I have 60% 6 of 6 this week, and I'm going to lose my ass because they all fucking suck. I don't have anybody in the top 10.
Big names to crash out. Like
your boy Puig is having a nice day, Tim.
It's pronounced Puig, but yeah, he is.
No, is it really?
Yeah, apparently it is.
It
Yeah.
is.
Wow. I thought you were joking.
No, Hovland's +8 yesterday. He couldn't overcome that.
He was 200 today.
Hey, Hovland grinded his balls today. He was
did,
one
but,
bad chip away from backdooring the cut.
He's the only really super big name that crashed out, right?
Who was
Max Homa missed.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody really. He was 8%. Thomas was 8%.
Yeah, who was the most owned guy to miss the cut? That's kind of crazy.
Sung Jae is around 11%. He's going to miss the cut. I know him and Norn are the only 2 guys in my player pool that missed.
Let's see.
Norn was 11% also.
Dustin Johnson.
Ben Ann, maybe?
Ben Am was 11%.
Airy Iggs.
They
Yeah,
showing
not
Airy
many,
Iggs?
not
No,
many
but,
good players, really.
Yeah.
No.
No one over 13% missed the cut. I guess Victor was 12%.
What was Jason Day?
6, 5 or 6.
People were all over the ball flight.
Yeah. But then when you go to make your DraftKings lineup and you actually have to click that name over Tigala, then all of a sudden everybody's buttholes pucker up.
Robert McIntyre.
Horrible news for everyone but James. Robert Rock just bogeyed the par 5.
Oh no!
I have no problem with Robert Rock. I have no problem with this man.
You
I
think
just didn't know who
Ludwig
he
makes
was.
this? No.
I don't think he's going to get there.
I saw this putt earlier. It does. Everyone thinks it swings back, and
it does a little, but not that much.
Yeah, everyone's missed it on that
Rory
side.
putted off. No, this wasn't.
It's a very cautious.
Rory putted off a 12.
See,
wasn't
that's why I think that he's good here.
He
doesn't seem to be taking anything on. He's just I'll hit it here.
if we remember, Rahm won the U.S. Open because he didn't take on those 2 regressively ridiculous putts,
and he made the putt.
and he made the shorter putt that he set himself up with.
And Louis hit a duck hook.
Yes, I'm getting concerned that 2021 Louis is 2024 Bryson.
2021 Louis and Ricky, right? Ricky
in
had
every
like that.
but Ricky wasn't in a couple of those majors.
I mean, Ricky came top 5 in all 4 majors.
Yes, but Bryson had a real chance to win both so far.
Was he really in the Masters after the
he
first
was
He was
not
the first round leader,
Yeah,
and
he
he was a stroke back after 36, and
Yeah, and by Saturday, he
3
was
back
done.
after Saturday.
He went to the final round. He didn't have a chance.
He did have a chance, but
I feel like he started the last round 4 or 5 back.
yeah, a chance. And he finished T6. Like,
Yeah. I think he was like still -3, and Scheffler started that round like -7.
Louis
Maybe
Louis kind of threw away 2 majors in 2021.
I miss Louis.
I thought Louis was going to beat Phil that day.
Everybody did, or Brooks.
Did Louis even try to qualify for this? I don't think that he did.
No, but he even declined his PGA invitation.
He had shit to do.
And he doesn't need to qualify for the Open.
No,
so.
he's in there for life.
Well,
he had
no,
a
not for life.
He had a
Until
yard
60.
to mow. He doesn't have time for golf.
I'm gonna say I don't think Louis is gonna care too much when he turns 61 and they take it away
hit
from
his
him.
ball on 18 yet. His second.
Who?
Cantley.
They haven't shown it.
Yeah, I thought he just hit it out of the shit. See, this putt on Sunday is an auto miss for Finau.
These are the putts that Phil used to miss in big tournaments.
Yes.
You can never be confident with those.
Look at Finau just putting them in there with confidence. Love to see it.
You
Finau's
wait
winning this thing.
You wait till Sunday and he like it's not even gonna touch the hole.
Yeah. Hey,
Who
you know
the
what?
fuck
You get
is that?
mad at people having that that thing about Xander and Rory being losers and not winning, and look what you're doing to poor Finau.
Thomas.
But Pat, I know it's all about these again 5-footers, but like, weren't you all about approach not being that important yet, but it will be? And isn't he king for that in some ways?
Yeah, but I worry that he can't make 3-foot putts when it matters. Like legitimately can't make 3-foot putts.
He's got that forward press now. He's a new man. He gets the ball to the hole.
Scotty can't.
You know, as a fan of his, I worry he can't make those putts. but-
Finau is not Scheffler. And let's not forget, despite the fact that people think that Scheffler has 20 majors, he has 2.
He is too.
Yeah, he's not Scheffler because he's actually in
He's
contention this week.
Scheffler actually, and not to take anything away from Scheffler, but
But you will. He's no Ludwig.
no, you almost have to make the point if he doesn't get a different one this year that like, okay, you're great at Augusta.
You're just going to call him Bubba Watson?
Well, not yet, but it would be funny if we're making that joke in like 3 years or something.
I think he sets up well for Royal Troon. I have
He
to
sets
say.
up well for everything. He's so good. He's course proof, really.
Brooks
He got a
might-
haircut. Big mistake.
Well, I would say maybe not course proof because Pinehurst has certainly put him through the meat grinder.
The Canadian in us knows that you don't cut your hair in the Stanley Cup. Like, you don't do those sorts of things
Yeah,
when you're on a run. Scheffler cutting the hair, crazy.
Yeah, it was very Samson-esque, wasn't it?
And I think it was just as silly as they have a barber there at Pinehurst. And he's like, oh,
couldn't
what the
believe
hell?
that. When they
like-
said that, I was like, oh, that can't be true.
So I think he's like, well, I guess I'll go ahead and get a haircut. I don't.
What do you
think he
mean
had a
that can't
plan.
be true? 100%.
I
it's
would not
true.
have guessed that. I wouldn't have guessed that the USGA.
Why? It's like a full like
It's
resort.
a country. You know,
I guess it didn't occur to me.
when
they got, like,
when Pat
10
took
courses.
us, not Pat, when we played Summerlin and we went in the men's locker room, like off to the side, there was like a barber area.
I see.
Like,
I don't live your $4,000 a plate dinner life, Jeff.
I've never.
So I
eaten
don't
a plate-
appreciate all the fine.
Summerlin was like $160 to get on. All right, calm down.
Yeah, but a lot of but okay, yeah. I
Did you-
mean,
wait,
not,
Did
Tim's
you
trying to
play
put
with
me
a
down, but yes, my club, like there are barber hours.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Jeff?
go.
When you played Summerlin, was it with a poker player?
Yeah, I played with
Okay.
Pat, and we
He
yeah,
did a very different
Scott,
one.
Just making
right?
sure it was the same guy I played with. Yeah,
Yeah, we played with Scott.
yeah, awesome. I
yeah.
parred the first 4 holes, and then I found a quad at number 5.
I almost got the best of Jeff with an awesome sand save after we
Oh
thought that
yeah,
Jeff almost
yeah.
had
We
a
beat
hole in one.
Pat missed like a 5-footer on the last to tie the match. It was a good match. It was fun.
Wow.
Finau couldn't have put his drive more into the natural area.
Oh, that's fine for him. He's good out of there. Yeah, James, I had a very, very poor putting day at Summerlin. I think
Yeah,
I
what-
had 11 3-putts.
Shows that.
Man, there were some
For
holes there
Kuchar.
that like kicked my ass.
Good for Kuchar.
It was the only round because I hadn't played on a course. I had been on a simulator a few times, but I hadn't played in 5 months and playing with rentals when I got there. I have never hit my long irons and hybrid better ever.
Why didn't you take your sticks?
for
Nah.
one round?
Oh, I
Yeah.
played a couple rounds while I was there.
And I like for Jeff, he probably could have done it pretty easily, but there's no direct flights where I'm at. So we always
Right.
have to connect somewhere. The
Yeah.
moment you start making connections is the moment they lose all your shit.
Plus,
I'm
or
sorry,
they
but
smash your driver head because
if
they don't
you're
give a shit about your
playing-
bag.
If you're playing one round or something on a trip, it's way like, come on, you just paid the piper to rent as opposed to schlep your clubs for one round, unless you're in some like tournament or something.
Concur. I
Just
concur.
take your golf stream there. And you don't have to worry about it.
Well, but most of the times I go play golf on a trip, I'm usually playing more than one round. There hasn't been many trips where I just play one round. I'm like, if we're playing one, it's like usually if we're playing one, it's a golf trip typically, and we're gonna play 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I would be with you on that. Just like we were doing content the whole time that we were down there, so like that was the only round we could really get in.
Right.
Do you have the travel bag, Jeff, for your bag?
Oh, nice chip, JT.
What?
Like the zip up hardcover, like club travel bag?
I think you got to have those, don't you? How else would you get your
If
bag?
you're gonna go, but yeah. What are you asking me though?
Because like I don't have one of those. I just tape it up real
Yeah,
good.
I think I have a
Like with
picture
like
of
duct tape? What are we talking?
it. Yeah,
Yes.
I think I have a
No.
picture of it.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I just put the rain cover on it and
And
tape it
tape
up real good.
Like your
Come on,
clubs don't get
Tim.
mashed?
100%. And I was mocked for doing this on
Wow.
a trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
trying-
also
I
like,
think I have the
I
picture
can't
of it.
believe like you buy like 2 drivers a year. You're not protecting your.
I just
your
put the
space.
rain cover on it. I just taped it up real good.
No.
You're
Jeff, you break
crazy.
one of your drivers, you have 4 more to fall back on.
Tim, you're nuts.
Yeah. You've not seen how those guys load our golf bags into the planes. If you had,
Yeah,
you'd have
yeah.
them like wrapped up in pillows and bubble wrap.
And our
Tim's got
inside
way
man
too
at the
much
airport
faith
is
in,
like,
Oh, is this Brooks having to like oh
Get
man,
up and
Brooks
down
is,
to-
yeah, he's in big trouble here.
uh-oh. Double
Uh-oh.
puts it. I think he's blowing it so we can go to the Oilers.
He
game.
is. He's purposely blowing this. I told you he would do this. I told
love
you
that
he would
game
do this.
theory.
You did. You called this.
Yeah,
I love
our
that
inside-
Brooks game.
Our
theory.
inside man at the airport is he's no longer a baggage handler.
That's right.
He
He's
he,
not.
he won the union vote. He now runs the union. And his office is like right here apparently.
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
he went from having to load bags on planes to be a union leader. What a
Yeah,
what a-
he was
what
like
a
he ended up
upgrade
like
life that is.
I was the best man at his wedding too. So
Good for that
although
guy.
he never comes up on this show ever.
Good
No,
for
it's
him.
true. He doesn't.
Ja Lipsit.
The new original.
He was the king of high school basketball of just being like kind of jacked and how tall is he? Like 6 foot?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Just boxing people out.
2-hand layup.
2-hand layups, making free throws, boxing people out. Who was the
Two-hand
dude?
layup.
Two-hand layups are unblockable. You'll foul somebody before you block.
Who was and he loves taking charges. Like undersized power forward was the game.
Oh man, Morikawa stuck it on 18 or on his 18th hole. Damn it.
Oh,
I didn't see that.
Who's the guy that used to play for the Nuggets? Oh, nice shot
All right.
by Brooks.
Here's,
Might be in.
did you get it close?
Yeah, but
Close
I mean,
enough.
he's missed a few of those
I mean,
already.
I'm gonna need to see that in, Brooks. I'm not giving you that one
Kenneth
with as tilted as you are.
Kenneth Fareed.
Kenneth Fareed is who I would liken
Kenneth
him to.
Fareed, the old Nuggets player.
Except he had a Johnny Unitas haircut, not giant dreads.
Okay. I mean, the Giant, that's a good look for Fareed. I'd rock that look if I could.
But it was kind of cool because he worked there like in summers during college, and then he worked there like full time after he graduated. And it was like before he ended up getting married and having kids and everything like that. It was perfect because he could just jump on flights whenever he wanted and go anywhere for
Nice,
basically
yeah.
free.
Can't beat that.
So he has a bunch of trips to like Korea and Japan and Australia and shit like that. Like it's a pretty good gig to have.
Is this Finau's second, like out of the crap over
Yeah.
here? Okay.
He's yeah.
Hopefully, I was hoping he didn't hit another shitty one. He was still in the garbage.
He's got a 9-iron in his hands.
Come on, Finau. Show him the champion you are.
It actually makes it seem like he's got a better lie than
Yeah. The picture they just showed made it look like a pretty friendly lie.
Well, they don't show people running up to take videos of the ball anymore after people freaked out when people ran over to Xander's
Yeah,
ball.
that Morikawa missed his putt. He left it right on the edge.
Fucking shocking. Morikawa.
Why is
Missing
somebody
a putt.
running over his ball?
There's a couple guys who watch this show who do that job for CBS.
Good for them.
Shout out to those guys. Don't want to name you.
Shout out to ball markers.
Yeah, don't want to name you by name, but know you're watching. Probably not right. I guess it's NBC, so you are probably watching.
Do
right
you
now.
agree
no.
with
Buddy's he's enjoying his between March like Buddy's enjoying his first week off. He was saying in forever.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me, Jeff?
Why
And if you
can't I-
don't, I think the graphics for the U.S. Open are now the best of all the majors.
Now, I don't want to say that
The new Masters ones are not good.
I don't want to say that I invented the popularity of the Proxima Nova font, but my graphics had this in 2015, and all of a sudden now everyone's using it. That was a Colin Mina point.
Okay.
Brooks must have been convinced the cut was still +4. I just cannot believe he would want to get in on the number and miss his hockey game. Ridiculous.
But yes,
Yeah, but maybe he wants the really early tea time.
Oh yeah, play and then
like
get
the
out
game
of there.
won't start
Ca-
until like 9
catch a
or
private
10
jet?
o'clock Alberta
that's a good-
time, probably.
That's a good point.
Oh yeah, mountain time.
Yeah.
You don't see a
Yep.
lot. I guess Denver
Brooks
was
got,
in the
he's got
Utah.
stacks of cash. He can afford a quick private jet up to wherever.
Do you think a private jet can make it there?
Really?
Yes.
I don't.
From North Carolina to Edmonton?
I live in America. I don't know my Canadian geography.
That would be
so I
like
have no
flying
idea.
from New York City to LA,
No.
distance wise.
Man, Edmonton is so fucking north.
Yes.
It's the most north by far of any like legitimate
Mhm.
Canadian city.
Yes, it
Even
is.
more north than like Montreal. I just want to show off. how ignorant I am.
yeah. Montreal's
Hey,
Montreal might be
hey.
south of
I
Detroit.
Montreal's
told you
on
I
the-
was ignorant. I'm good at geography, and I don't know shit about Canada.
Montreal's on the American border.
Almost.
Is it?
There's a bridge that you
Jesus,
can drive
I thought it was
across
like
to go
a
to the
couple hundred
States.
miles up. I thought it was like.
Isn't it right
north-
beside Vermont or something?
Montreal's like a 30-minute drive.
Really? I'm busting out my
Over that
Canadian map.
bridge.
I'm,
No,
I'm
no.
embarrassing
Clear it
myself.
there.
It's like a 20-minute
Canadian.
drive.
To
and-
where? To where,
From,
Tim?
from
Vermont?
Montreal
Where
to
is
the
it?
U.S. border.
Let's see. Canadian map. Where is that?
Like that. First, Montreal's an island. Secondly, like it's
oh
like
shit, it is. It's like right there on the border.
it's like 20 to 25-minute drive from the border.
Ha!
Well,
To
when I used
what
to go visit,
border, though?
I
The
mean,
U.S. border. Pick a spot.
Yeah,
in
but
New York State.
what's where?
New
It's
York
just
State.
above New Hampshire and Vermont.
So
yeah, it's a
Vermont.
5-hour drive from New York City, I think.
That makes sense.
Like once you get out of New
Wow.
York City.
Wow.
So I was convincing Ross.
Wait, is
to
that where
drive
is
up.
that where the President's Cup's at?
Yes.
Oh shit, maybe I will come to that.
Hey, listen, I got space. I got 8 more beds.
Uh-oh.
And it's the Paris of North America. It's the most European city in North America.
It
Go-
truly is distinct. I imagine I haven't been to New Orleans, but I assume
Yeah,
New
that's
Orleans
true.
is probably not similar to Montreal, but similar
Its distinctiveness.
That's,
to other
that's during
American
NFL
cities.
season, right?
Yeah, it's week
Yeah.
3 of NFL, I
Week
think.
3,
or
that's
week
what I
4.
thought.
28th, 29th September.
Okay.
Oh shit, I had something. Now I
Who
can't
else told me they're
fucking
coming? Someone else told me they're going to be there.
Okay, so far on the trip we have us 3 and Paul, Tambo, Kenny, Byron.
Cam.
Cam's 50-50 for everything.
Yeah.
Cam's invited to come. He said he's going to come. Best and Mike are coming from our production team, who are driving up from Hamilton. I think they can drive Cam, which would probably work out pretty well. Or you can drive Cam. Are you driving, Jeff?
I haven't decided, but I'll take, if Cam or I don't know. I could figure it out with Bet. I could maybe meet up with those guys.
you
We
just
could go
jump on a
together. I'm
train?
not sure.
Just take a train
my
from
wife-
Toronto to Montreal.
My wife made me. She likes being on trains,
I do too.
so we.
I've done the train. It's a nice train.
No, it's
Fuck
fuck.
trains.
We didn't go to our flight because she wanted to take the train.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different then.
It took like 7 fucking hours on this goddamn train. We had to stop in Ottawa and change train. It was just so brutal.
I don't like the idea of changing trains, but I do like trains.
Traveling with Cam, I've done it before. It is quite an experience.
What is it? What makes it so different, Jeffrey?
Have you ever been around Cam for more than like 10 minutes one-on-one in
I've
person?
been, I've seen him a few times, like when I would come visit your guys' office.
Everything
I've seen him
is
for
like the
afternoon.
greatest or like doomsday.
So
right?
I've seen him
It's
for like
Cam.
an afternoon.
Yeah, but he's around everyone. Like that's Cam atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like the more people around, Cam's just so high energy all the time. One-on-one with everyone is different. Think
That's
about
true.
our relationship one-on-one versus with like
That's true.
a group.
That's true.
And
So-
I would say that's probably pretty common amongst a lot of friends.
I would say that's true.
Now's gonna go.
Is Pavon just going to finish at -5?
He may.
He's got part 3 that was the hole in one and 8, which is pretty hot. Which I've actually seen guys be fine on 8 today.
Oh, this guy just said, Pat, don't come to New Orleans. Why not?
My wife wants to go to New Orleans so bad.
Well, what does she like the Jets? Because she can go see them in February there,
Yeah, she loves the Jets.
so she can come see them win the Super Bowl there.
That would actually be amazing if your wife was just a closet Jets fan.
It would make sense. It's Jeff's second favorite team.
I don't mind the Jets.
It's by the way, Pat, it's T60 already, and there's nobody left at +5 to move it right now.
To move it. Yeah. Doubtful people are going to go on a birdie streak
Yeah.
as well. So +5 is going to be I'm actually having fun chilling here.
Yeah,
If you guys are good chatting.
yeah, for sure.
Do you think Jeff's wife votes for Jeff or votes Tim for most insane in every Custies? Or is she one of the 11% that votes for me?
Yeah, she sounds like a Paul voter.
She does seem like a Paul
Did
voter.
someone get together and say like, hey, the burn votes are going to be on Paul, not Pat, because no one votes for me, but they vote for you.
Always,
You think it would be?
I mean, every year it's the same thing. And Rob says that like maybe it's like I think he may talk about me on like his podcast. He's like, I think that that's like my contingent of people, and I'm like, how often are you talking about me on your MTV The Challenge podcast for them to think that I'm the most insane?
I have listened to all 250 episodes of Rob's podcast. I don't know if you've ever come up on there.
Does Rob potentially has burners, and he's voting for, and he's getting those burners to vote for me.
I mean, that is plausible. He's the one who keeps track of this.
But why?
Just to fuck with Paul? I mean, because that wouldn't actually change any of the percentage of votes. It would just add more votes onto it.
And certainly the description of Paul is far more aggressive than anybody else's for that award.
It's true. It's because Paul accused him of cheating in a fantasy challenge pool.
I still accuse him of cheating. I think
Brooks is literally the first guy out tomorrow.
Tony Finau just missed.
That's the way he wants it, Jeff.
No, Nick says that I would be very disappointed. This guy lives in New Orleans. The food is great. I mean, I would love to go somewhere with great food. That's one of the great things about Montreal is just the high density of non-super expensive restaurants that are super high quality. Because that's the one thing I find about Toronto. Toronto has great restaurants, but you're paying out the ass for them.
Also, Toronto doesn't have any personality. It's just Toronto. Like, what words would you use to describe Toronto?
So it's got personality. You probably don't know
what is
the
it?
places to go.
Tell me what the personality is.
There's
What would you say the personality of New York is?
New York is both business, fashion, it's late night, it's everything. It's like a global center.
Okay,
New York and London
Toronto has
global centers.
All of
okay,
those
now
things.
hold on, Paul. How would you describe Chicago?
Much like Chicago has this whole weather thing of the city of broad shoulders, the second city. It has sort of this Midwestern tough character that Toronto doesn't have. Now, not every city is like Toronto's like a lot of big cities in that they have no character, as far as I can tell. I'm not even saying the character is a good thing to have in a city. It may not be, but I just don't think they have one. Like, you can't come up with a word or two that could define Toronto.
I would say clean.
I mean, I lived in Calgary. Calgary's a much cleaner city than Toronto.
Yeah, but Calgary sucks.
Okay, but it's a much cleaner city.
Everything is so spread out in Calgary.
Yes, it is. There's space.
Now, I lived in Calgary. I lived in Toronto. I much preferred living in
Toronto. Maybe there's lots of redeeming things to be said about Toronto, sure, but it doesn't have an identity.
Paul, this guy's coming for your hometown.
Am I wrong? Like, I'm happy. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to say that I'm wrong. But like,
Pat's partially wrong. Pat's partially wrong because I'm from the dirty Schwa, which is definitely dirty. If you think Toronto's dirty, go hang out with some Schwa-billies, buddy.
I think Toronto's a very clean city.
Siwoo making birdies. There's a goal. Get in at +1 and win this tournament, Siwoo.
What's he at? +1.
+1. Birdie holes to come, 17 and 18.
He's playing 8 and 9.
Even better. You make hole in one on number 9.
There you go.
Get to red figures.
That was actually that was his first birdie of the day.
I mean, you want to talk about someone who probably missed 25 4-foot putts? It's probably him.
Well, he's positive in every category today except putting.
How much has he lost on the greens?
Just 0.62, but you know.
I mean, he gained yesterday.
Chipley.
That profile that you just described was one of the reasons that I bet him at the Players midway, because he kind of had the same thing on the go.
Ludwig's photo looks like it's a class photo from like 2000.
Oh, it's Shipley. See, like they're showing Shipley on my TV right now, and I swear to God, that looks like Zach Blair.
No, he looks like Pat Perez. That's exactly who he looks like.
Pat Perez is look at Shipley. He's like kind of dumpy. Like Pat Perez looks like a dude that fuck you up in a bar fight.
I'm gonna give you guys the pairings tomorrow, and you just tell me what you think.
Oh, a what?
The pairings.
Oh,
because they're pretty much locked, at least. So Ludwig's at the, unless Pavon makes a bogey, it's going to be Ludwig and Pavon, Bryson and Detry, Cantley and Rory, which has some fun Ryder Cup things with that.
And it has PGA board rivalry.
Finau Matsuyama is a nice one. Kim Hatton,
Oh, Cam Hatton?
Xander Batya,
Wait, who in Hatton?
Tom Kim,
Oh, I thought you said Cam. Yeah, Tom Kim.
Xander Batya, this Whiting, and Corey Connors.
Of course. But that could get changed up by Højgaard and Zach Blair right now.
Yeah, I don't really see the birdie for either of them, but they could make a bogey, so that's what I don't want.
That's all Højgaard does is make birdies and bogeys. He doesn't even know what a par is.
I mean, that's another guy who was in the mix at the Masters too.
He was leading on Saturday for one hole.
He turned around for an entire hole, and then it went very sideways. And
then he went double bogey. He went three.
He's got three scramble on. Højgaard's got a scramble on number 8.
Then they treated him like he was Thigala at the PGA. They couldn't have got him off screen fast enough.
They showed at the PGA. They showed Thigala's birdie on 1 from distance. They showed him for like 3 more holes, and he was gone. They didn't show. Then he popped up again on 18, making birdie.
No one left to show,
but he made birdie.
Yeah.
Who else? Yeah, Siwoo and Minwoo are now both at +1.
Yeah, Minwoo's been there for a little. He's got a scramble right now, though. Minwoo.
Let's see. Minwoo's 200 to 1. What's Siwoo? Siwoo's 225 to 1. I don't need to bet more Siwoo this week, but I'm glad he's hanging. Fuck, I really should have. This would have been the week, weirdly enough. And I tried to go the opposite and picking all these guys to miss the cut. This would have been the perfect week to play like the chalk sleeper to make the cut parlay.
Yep, unless you had Victor or Fleetwood, you didn't step on any balls.
Fleetwood made the cut.
Oh yeah, then it's really only Hovland that you would have.
And
had.
Hovland was not chalk.
No, I just mean like all because when you play the make the cut parlay, like you don't think about Scotty. Scotty's like -1,000 or something like that. And
you wouldn't have had Hovland on there though, would you?
No, I actually had him on a to miss the cut one.
Yeah,
that I played with Rom earlier in the week. But like I would have thrown on, like Bez, I would have thrown on. Like Harris English, Russell Henley, like all that tier of guy.
Did you say Sepp Straka? Guys like that? Did you say him?
I bet Straka to miss the cut on the sole purpose that too many people were on Sepp Straka, so I just figured he'd be a chalk bomb.
But I would have. Bez is another one that was.
Bez for sure. Like I liked Berger this week. He ended up making I think. Well,
is he like back? Is he going to be like a real golfer again? I know that's Jeff's boy.
He's been like weirdly good the past month, and I don't think anyone's noticed yet.
He might be a sneaky showdown play tomorrow. Might have to get a little catch up and Burger together.
If you're doing a write up or even tweeting it out, you can want this to be true before I say it. I believe he had the round of the day Sunday here in 2014.
Don't give me a narrative, Pat. I love a narrative.
He was
Saturday. He went out early and ended up going out really late. Like he went out super early on Saturday and was one of the last off on Sunday.
No, that was at Shinnecock Hills.
Yeah, that was Shinnecock. I was there that Saturday when Finau lit it up.
Yeah, he and Finau were co-leaders after 54 holes there.
Who did Brooks play with that day? Was it Dustin?
Dustin, yeah, and Dustin went real sideways.
I remember Rose and Henrik were together that day. I remember watching him tee off on 1.
Yeah,
that Saturday.
I don't know if Berger was an amateur in 2014, but it was his first ever U.S. Open. And round 4 scoring. Let's see here. Who was the best player? Yeah, Daniel Berger, 66, round of the day. Keegan, 67.
Ryan Fox.
And you were very much right, James, that Saturday is going to be the hard day, and it does seem like they ease up a little bit in round 4.
Yep. They're gonna try to kill him tomorrow, and they'll be like, oh shit, we overdid it.
That is classic USGA style.
Yep.
They like to really test them on Saturday and then sort of reward them a little bit on Sunday.
I bet tomorrow the scoring average is around 3.5, 4 over par, which is insane for getting rid of all the slapdicks.
What do you think it was today?
Today it's like 2.75. I'm looking at it right here, 2.68.
And that's with ridiculously high scores from guys who won't be playing tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of that can get twisted, but when you have guys shooting 83s and stuff.
David Puig.
Oh, nice little tap in. He has 1 to go to make the cut. Good. It's a nice rally back from him.
Yeah, there were 4 guys today that shot 10 over or worse.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. 2 of them were Japanese. One of them was Canadian. Oh, you hate to see it, McKenzie.
It was Mac.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I love Mackenzie Hughes.
This does seem like the sort of place where if it starts going bad, You can go real bad.
Never
It's
play
funny.
Mackenzie Hughes in your expensive lineups, but always mix him into your millionaire maker lineups because
If we
that
were
guy's all or
playing
nothing.
If we played this course and we didn't have a spotter, we would shoot 160 because you wouldn't find any of your balls.
That's true.
You would be taking.
Now, wait,
Double.
do you guys play serious enough that if you can't find your ball in the rough, you literally go all the way
No.
back to the tee and do it?
No.
No.
Because I'm not
no.
about
If
that.
if I
about
if
that
I
life.
saw someone do that in the group ahead of me at my course, I would be fucking
you go.
furious and let them
I
know.
wouldn't even make like a friend go to the red step. Be like, I think it here. Just drop the
Yeah,
ball.
just
here.
drop it
Exactly.
Like,
we
if
all
you
saw
want,
it go
like-
right here. We don't have all day.
We
Yeah,
played out of bounds.
You guys are
as-
gentlemen. Gentlemen
as-
is what you are.
We play out of bounds as if we're all red staked.
Yeah, that's the. I mean,
We don't
to
play
me,
stroke and we don't play
Yeah.
stroke and distance.
when you're like at my handicap, which is like I don't know, 12 to 15. That's what you got to do. Like unless you want to be there all fucking day.
Well, I think you also, if you're a member at a club, so you don't hold up the entire groupings behind you, like you have.
Also, you should have hit a provisional. If you're going to be this serious,
Yeah.
and you're not sure if you're in bounds, you have an obligation under the rules to hit a provisional.
Now, if it's the club championship or some sort of serious thing, then
Then you have
obviously,
no choice. Then you have no
then you
choice.
go back and play by the rules. But if you're just
Sir,
playing
I only
around-
play public courses. I don't know what a club championship
Minwoo
is.
and Hoygaard.
Like it's like
make-
the top
make a
tournament
mess.
at a club to
Tim,
determine who's
Tim,
the...
I was being tongue in cheek.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh,
appreciate-
I meant to tell you this earlier, James. So when I think I've mentioned this on the show before, when I used to fly to go see Moose in Minneapolis, he would ask me like how cold it is in Toronto, and then I would show him a map of how I had to fly north to get to Minneapolis.
Yeah, there's some of those northern states in America get pretty far north. Like they always give you those stats, like this place is further north than this one. I'm like, that can't be, and it is.
Like
Tor-
Toronto is...
Yeah,
definitely
Toronto's way
south
more
of-
south than I thought it was.
It's south of Seattle. It's probably south of Portland. South
So-
of Minneapolis.
Yeah,
I
Did
kind
Morikawa
of
make
want Pavon to make a bogey so Bryson goes out
south
last
of,
with
looks like it's
Ludwig.
south of Boston, or at least parallel with it.
Bryson wouldn't go out last with Ludwig, would he?
If Pavon made a bogey,
Yeah, he'd be first in, wouldn't he?
Would he? He got in before Detry?
Oh, Robert Rock made a birdie. He's back.
Yes.
He's back in. We
Yeah,
should show him. Oh, what are you doing there, Nick?
At least give him back one. He's giving back two.
Yeah, it would be Bryson in the final group.
Yeah.
If Pavon makes a bogey here.
No,
Show
wait,
Robert Rock,
wait,
cowards.
wait. If Robert Rock makes another birdie, and no one
Does
else
it put-
falls back, would that not move it to T61?
It would move it to T61.
That's
You're
crazy.
correct.
We got a sweat all of a sudden. I don't think it's likely, but it is from us saying it was over to like it's a thing now.
I want to note that I never said it was over.
Yeah,
I don't think Robert
didn't-
Rock made a birdie.
It said he's at +5.
Maybe it might have just up. Yeah, it says he made a birdie at 7. I got
But
him down for a
now
3
it
on
says
7.
par.
Oh yeah, when you look at the thing, play by play,
It
yeah,
says
it
both.
said he missed the 12-footer.
It says
What I've learned when I look at this is you want to go with what the play-by-play says, not what the little colored circle says. So I don't think you made that birdie from just watching this app be kind of slapdick the first 2 days.
I've actually been, I don't want to say impressed by the app, but it's much better than the expectations that I had for it. Yeah, it says he's at +6. You're right on the play-by-play.
Yeah. So
But the
damn.
app does say he made the birdie putt.
But
it
the
also
play-by-play
says
doesn't.
the par putt.
You're just looking at the scorecard.
Well,
Yeah.
why wouldn't
Don't look at the
But
score.
I
card.
agree. Look,
It's supposed to show me the score.
click on Shotcast.
Yep. They just dropped him back to +6 on that official leaderboard on their website.
No, hit X. You haven't opened up Shotcast all week.
I don't know what that is.
It's the it shows you where the guys are
Damn.
on the hole.
Oh,
That was about to be a real sweat there because there's only 3 guys there at +4, and they're
And what-
they're almost done with their round.
Well, one of them is that Brian Kim guy.
Hey, put some respect on Brian Kim's name. All Kims are great at golf, don't you know?
Got to play all the Kims.
Yep.
And the Lees.
And he's from
Okay.
Maryland, which has to mean something. Wait, I think Brookville, MD. Wait, why is it the D not capitalized in? Is that a different place that's not Maryland? I don't know. It's
This
weird.
guy in the chat says that Thegal is creeping back towards the cut. He's well
No,
inside the cut.
Yeah,
line.
he's got.
just
He'd have to. Oh, he bogeyed again.
It was the same bogey. That whole group bogey.
On 8?
Minwoo, Sahith, and
Oh, yeah.
Hoygaard.
But
Yeah,
he would have to. He'd have to double the last hole. He ain't gonna double.
How has 18 been playing today? Or is he on the other side?
He's on 9, which 9's not that tough today.
Yeah, just
I mean,
keep to the left.
you have to really fuck up to find a double on 9.
No, because you can hit it down. You can hit it long, like where Tiger was, where Brooks was, where Pendrith was. You can really get it.
Okay, here. And I don't know if this proves me or you right, Jeff, but there has been 6 doubles or worse today there.
And they're probably all from the same spot.
Yeah. But 6 is not that many.
It's 4% of the people who've played it today.
Oh. Ludwig looks like he doesn't want to be
Damon Hack. Very casual right now.
You know, Pavon's in the same place. I just saw Højgaard and Minwoo make bogey from. So Pavon can make that bogey, and we can get Bryson with Ludwig, which would be awesome.
Plus, Pavon needs to go away. Look, second.
If you heard Ludwig speak, you would not know that he was Swedish.
Agreed.
It's remarkable.
I mean, do we know his story? I know he played college golf at Texas Tech. Like maybe he had already come over to America when he was like 12 or something.
I mean Straka has the funniest one.
Yeah, like Stenson has a bit of an accent when he speaks.
Ludwig has a little bit of an accent.
Isn't Sepp Straka Italian, but he's from Austria?
Austria.
No, but like his like ancestry is Italian.
Germany.
Sepp Straka's like Italian, but he's from Austria, but he talks like a southerner from America.
Well, there is an Italian enclave in Austria, I think.
I'm telling you, look at him. He does not look Austrian.
Well, they were joining and very close to one another.
He looks like he's been pounding some SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
That guy's seen a bowl of pasta or 12 in his day.
I like SpaghettiOs.
I like chubby golfers.
It's a sport then. If you're a chubby chaser, golf is where you want to be.
Yep. I got a special place in my heart for those chubby golfers. It's like the only place you can be that chubby and be a world-class athlete.
Like John Daly.
Shane Lowry.
Shane Lowry is a tank. How tall do you think Shane Lowry is?
Yes,
I guess 6 foot.
Big man.
I don't think that I think golfers are weirdly smaller.
I was surprised. Jordan Spieth was taller than I thought he would be. Like standing next to him in person, I was like, "Oh, you're not a little dude."
Is he like 5'10"?
I thought, isn't he like 6 foot?
Is he? I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up because I just remember thinking you were taller than I thought you would be. Jordan Spieth.
Finau seems very tall to me.
He is. He's like 6'4".
Yeah.
Jordan Spieth's 6'1", according to Google.
Really?
According to Google.
Yeah, Lowry.
But it also says Justin Thomas is 5'10". Do we believe that?
No.
Yeah. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. Rory's 5'9". Wait, Justin Thomas is taller than Rory? I don't know if I believe that.
No, because Rory and I are actually like same dimensions, same height, same weight.
Okay.
And then, well, somebody's full of crap on Google then because they got Thomas 5'10".
Gee, what a surprise that Google is bad at giving results.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Google.
What's the one that you use?
DuckDuckGo.
That's still around?
Ask Jeeves.
No, just like there's lots of good science to suggest that the results you get from Google in 2024 are so much worse than they were 10 years ago.
I mean, I noticed something where they put you like 4 ads up before you actually even get to your search results now.
Google is not unusable, but like it's getting to the point in a couple of years where it may be unusable.
I had like an old man moment the other day when I realized that every time I do a Google search, there's 4 ads before I actually get to my search. I was like, yeah, hell with this. I don't got time for this fucking ads.
Google's not that great anymore as a search engine. It really isn't.
It's gone the way of Yahoo.
Maybe, but like nothing lasts forever. So
people in the chat are saying that the Rock thing got changed back to a birdie, but I don't see that.
Yes.
Are they on the course and just live streaming the cut sweats?
I doubt they would.
On the official leaderboard on USGA's website, they have it as a par. He had 13. He had a 12-foot 7-inch putt. He putted it by 21 inches and then made it for par. That's what it says.
This guy says that Rory's more built than he looks on TV. I would say I'm the same. Right, Jeff?
Pat, sneaky buff.
Jeff was shook when I came back from the gym in Vegas. He didn't
Well,
know
you
what
had-
was going on with the gun show.
Yeah, whenever you did the what was that? When you were at the beach or something, you did you were doing your picks or whatever, and you're like you had you could see your shoulders up, and people were like, "Oh, Pat's yoked." It's like, how did you not know that?
Yeah, on steroids all the time.
Yeah. People don't know how to look at a shirt and tell us somebody's yoked. Come on now, go to the gym, bros.
So all you need is what? Brian Kim to make. Oh no, not Brian Kim. Sorry, you need. Who's left? Anybody?
Yeah, Brian Kim. Where are the 4s? Hoog, Fox, and Kim. I think Fox is kind of in the shit though on whatever hole he's on.
Like, what are the odds of getting 4 to the number?
I got him in the middle of the fairway on 18, Pat.
I have him shot 2.
So if Kim blows up,
he hits a shitty shot for his second.
It looks like it's in the
Okay.
bunker, but it might just be hanging out of the fairway. I can't tell.
So
Yeah.
all,
It says it's in the bunker, but I don't know.
so if Kim blows up, then the cut's at 4, right?
No, if Kim blows up, the cut's at 5.
Okay.
The only way the cut's going to move is somebody's going to have to make 2 birdies from the 6 group.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
That's the only way you can move back. Or if this suspicious Robert Rock thing is true.
Yeah, then he only needs 1.
So McCullough's really the guy.
He would be
technically,
the
yeah.
best bet, yeah, because he has the most holes left. But then
Yeah,
there's
he's
also the
4
fact that
holes
he's
to
an
go.
amateur.
So if he makes 2 birdies coming in, then the cut will
Yeah,
be.
but
But
just
if-
looking, but you also got to factor in the holes he has left. None of those are birdie holes.
And if one of the +4s falls to +5, it's irrelevant anyway.
It's going to be +5. They're going to have them going off early tomorrow morning if they're going to have the leaders go
But
off by
that's
3.
the thing about this time of year is you can send them out at 7:45 and you still have so much daylight.
You probably send them out even earlier than that, right? Sun's up by like 7.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know?
always surprised how late the final group, like that final group will not be teeing off before 2:55.
They'll be
I
like
agree with that.
There'll be like 50 people already done with their round by the time the leaders are teeing off. It's going to be
Yeah,
crazy.
for sure. And if it gets crazy tomorrow, so maybe someone
Look, the morning's going to be the time to get it. Like whatever.
the guys who are going to be like 2 over par, they'll be off what 2 hours before the leaders.
Yes.
Or more.
Yeah,
Permanent.
even more.
More, yeah.
Yeah, if you're at +2, you're at T29. That's 14 groups every 10 minutes. That put you at about 2.5 hours behind them. And that's
Yeah,
that's the first +2.
you
Then
well
there's
into your
I'm just
back
they
trying
go-
to figure out who is
Oh,
in the
Siwoo.
sweet spot to post.
B for Eagle. Fucking for birdie. Why don't you make this?
What's the 6 percentage?
it's going to jump up to about 23% here in a minute. Let me see if Cut Sweats is updated or if I have to go manually do it again. Yep, it just updated. In the Millionaire Maker, it's 22.3%, just like I told you it'd be. You're welcome, Nelson, if you're watching. I know how to use your site and sell it.
Oh, Nelson's watching.
Yeah. When I tweeted out I was going to be on there, I saw he liked it. That's a good sign he's watching.
They got rid of likes.
What?
No, they didn't get rid of likes.
You can't.
They got rid of you being able to see what other people have liked. On
So
their-
what
on
is
their
that?
page.
They think that removes the pressure of.
It's when those porn bots like go or the first one of my replies all the time, and I'm just blindly liking everything, and now it looks like I'm liking titty posts.
Yeah,
You
I'll tell
also
you
have
something. I cited
very
for privacy
on-
reasons. I have someone's been dodging me, and then I see they were liking tweets 3 minutes ago. It's like I know you're online. Stop
This is
dodging.
what I mean. There are some very, very online people that like mine the likes of people to try to like determine various opinions. Or I actually think it's a good idea. It allows people to actually like tweets without being afraid of, oh my goodness, I don't want anyone to see.
I don't want
that
my
I like-
boss to see it. Or you're
Hold on,
just
was that
liking-
for
it's like,
par for
oh.
par or birdie?
I have to suck
Drop
up
it
to
back
this
to-
guy.
That had to be.
All right, so it's gonna be Bryson Ludwig tomorrow. It looks
Well,
like.
That's
he still has another hole to
incredible.
play.
He still has
That's
this putt to
great.
make.
Yeah, but he still has
Unless
another hole to play,
Pavon
too.
makes a birdie.
Yeah, he
on
could
the
he can make a
last.
birdie on 9.
But he won't.
Luck sack and fucker.
That's
He could also
incredible. So
make a
it'll be
bogey.
Cantley, Pavon, Detry, Rory. Okay, cool.
He could make a bogey and bring what he'd play with Rory at that point.
Well, this is a good week to be contrarian at DraftKings.
Yes and no, because I think like what you said, the scoring is going to be early. I could see Scheffler finishing like T6 here.
Scheffler. A lot of people are thinking their Scheffler lineups are dead. He could still definitely be part of a winning GPP lineup because he could backdoor 15 birdies this weekend and get your T6 points. And then if you have the winner with him, you'll still be fine.
It could also be the case that Scheffler just doesn't have Scheffler and his course just don't work together, and like Scheffler is just going to struggle here.
He's going to be great tomorrow.
Maybe
it's not
going to struggle here.
He could continue to struggle, but the course isn't the reason he's struggling. He's struggling because he just keeps yanking everything left.
But when he does yank it left, he's in the native area.
sure,
not
but like
rough.
he doesn't normally yank shots left all the time like he's doing. Like, it's
Did you
really
see
weird.
Ted Scott have that like talk with him right around right after the 10th hole? And then then when there's 4 or 5 holes in a row, he was throwing a dart every single time. Like Ted Scott can get that guy.
Dude, there was a hole
refocused.
today. Scotty tossed his putter today, guys.
I love it.
I think he missed 4 straight birdie putts inside 10 feet. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was last. They
11,
said
12,
on the
13,
morning
14.
wave. I think he was last in strokes gained putting for the morning wave.
Yeah, I was watching him intently, so I know.
I mean, maybe this course is just too hard, and he's not
Too hard for
It's like,
honestly,
shut
the
up.
harder
No.
a course is, the better he is.
But like,
that's
he
not a-
just no. There are. This is true of anybody in any sport, anywhere. There's the odd person or place that just happens to own you. Maybe he just will struggle here because he's going to struggle here.
I think Ryan Fox made a bogey to go to
Oompa,
plus
the
5.
Oompa Loompa waddling around the course,
Who?
fixing shit for Willy Wonka. Ryan Fox. He walks like an Oompa Loompa.
Check
it out sometime.
I see. He's someone that I just thought was a massive man.
Oh no, he's a little guy. Just he kind of guy. He's like 1940s buff fat guy. He's like 5'8", probably weighs like 200
Ryan Fox
pounds.
is that little?
Does he lift
Is
those
he?
those triangular shaped weights?
Hey guys, I almost want Sahith to miss this putt, so the final group tomorrow will be the first group would be Sahith and Brooks. That'd be pretty cool. Good early.
Well, Brooks certainly wants to go out first.
Ryan
Oh, yeah,
Fox, 5'10", 216 pounds. I told you he was a chunker.
Fucking tank.
Yeah.
Chunker.
I mean, that's pretty chunky. 216 pounds. I mean, at 5'10". He needs to quit eating all that Willy Wonka chocolate.
Says Rock has 18 feet for birdie. It doesn't matter anymore. If Fox bogeyed. And if Sahith misses it, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, Sahith has, 9 feet for par, but he'll still
just
get
missed
it.
Fox
it.
just bogeyed, then Fox will take
Any chance he
it.
blew it by 3 feet and he could 4-putt for me?
He blew up. He's in for bogey, so he's a plus 5. Yeah, plus 5 is T57 now.
That would have been
How
so
many
fun.
are there?
76.
That's less than 80. Not the worst.
That's good math, Jeff.
Hold on, let me check that real quick.
Well, I don't know. Once we get 80, once it's like 80 bodies, then I get really annoyed and I miss the days
75
of,
right now.
Yeah, 75 are in
75, yeah.
Kim ain't gonna make it. Let's face the facts here, guys.
If there's 75, Jeff, then someone goes up by himself tomorrow first.
It'll be 74. Rest in peace,
Right.
Brian Kim.
right now that would be Fox.
Fox will go up by himself.
He's still on the course, right?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then I guess he's ahead of Tigala.
Yeah, Tagala's in.
Hey, don't sleep on Aaron Rye to find or Shipley to find some bogues coming home.
Oh, it's James and Jeff, I do want to run this by you because you guys would actually tune into this. I don't think that like what we did today is necessarily the solution, but I think that an all gambling broadcast needs to be something more like this than what they tried to do.
Yeah. Betting like whole bets or next. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it needs to, like, in order to get people to tune in, because no one really cares about the bet that I made or the bet that you made. They care about their bets. So the best way you can do that is just talk about golf in general and then talk about some odds that come on from time to time, promote the sports book, whatever it might be. But talk about it in that way instead of just focusing only on bets that are happening.
Would you not want to?
about
Would you
the
not want to
tournament-
engage? Sorry, go ahead.
You're talking about the tournament as it pertains to betting, through a betting lens, as opposed to talking about your individual wagers, or like, oh, everyone's at a par 3. Okay, we all have to make a bet, like who's gonna win the hole or something. That's so forced that no one gives a shit.
Would you not want to engage with the chat, Pat, and have them, like talk about their bets and like the likelihood that it's going to hit and stuff like that?
That is Pinehurst.
Yeah, I think that would be a good way to do it. Like, I've always had the idea that like there should be a sponsored par 3 that you can see like everyone come out to. Then you can learn about the par 3 as it goes along throughout the course of the day, where like, hey, if someone is short and left, well, no one's been getting it up and down from there. So like you can go live bet bogey from there or something like that. But I just think having all of the shot, like more shots, the better. That's all gamblers ever say. We want to see more shots. We want to see our guys. And it feels like for any gambling feed that they've ever done, they show fewer shots and like 3 guys.
Concur.
That was an example there of a great shot being punished.
Agreed.
Like
What
they need
what
to put some
happened?
water on the 9th green because like that's unfair. What just happened to Siwu? He had a fantastic shot and he shouldn't be 45 feet off the back of the green.
Happened to Tiger too, and that
Yeah,
was
like,
like 45 minutes ago, so it's even worse.
Is this going to happen to Sung Jae too?
I think it's going to hold up, but still, it rolled out way too much.
Are you sure that's holding up?
Wow. No, it's not. See, so this green is unfair right now. That was a perfect.
That's
shot from him.
it's not
That was
fair.
a perfect shot from him.
Like, what are you supposed to do?
You could not hit that ball better unless it went in the hole.
That's
And-
not fair. If the leaders have to play with that, that's not fair.
No, you like. How do you break par when it's like that?
It's like you want to lay up in front of it.
Yeah, that's not good.
Let's see what Pavon does.
rattled. Someone had one of what were those called? With the little balls on them. They used to shake them to make noise.
Well, there's the noisemaker ones, but there was also the thing that had the balls on both
Yes,
sides, and you had to
clacked.
Yeah.
They went clack, 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 clack. If I was Pavon, I wouldn't go anywhere near the flag to guarantee myself to stay on the green.
Well, so
You
where
have
do you I don't even know what you're doing. You're hitting it into the front bunker.
I think you have to hit towards the
15
front. Well,
he put it in the front bunker. There
yeah.
you go.
I mean, I actually think that's
But
a
then
better
even
spot.
with your bunker
can
shot,
you
you
hold it
can't
on
be
the green?
aggressive. You're literally playing for that bunker shot to have a 12-footer up the hill as opposed to getting it to the pin.
I mean, I'm with you guys. I think at the moment that green is unfair. We are lucky we don't have Zach Johnson.
Surprised no one asked Zach Johnson to be on the commentary.
Yeah, what a shock. What a pleasant person that would be to have in the booth.
This one guy in the chat is like very upset.
About?
He's like, you're crying for millionaire golfers playing a hard course. You need to relax.
I'm not crying for them. I'm just saying if they go out and execute what is a fantastic
Ban that motherfucker
shot,
for life. That's what I say.
like you execute a fantastic shot and you get punished. As we've said this before on the show 1,000 times when it comes to the US Open. It's not that we want good shots rewarded and we want bad shots punished. What we don't want is good shots punished. That's where there's a problem.
But generally speaking, that's been the case today. It's just the course is getting a little away from here at the end of the day.
Yeah, I
Yes,
agree.
Yes,
And
get away from them now.
And it becomes an inherent disadvantage to these guys who are playing it right now versus
I was-
everyone else.
I literally didn't play any slap dicks in my DraftKings lineups that had a Friday afternoon tee time because I didn't want them out there in this shit trying to grind to make the cut.
That's a good call.
I
Yeah,
will
I'm so-
say, Zach, I mean, we've mentioned it a few times. If Zach Blair getting into the clubhouse under par is insane if he can. Although, what tournament did he gas can this year? He was playing great.
He was?
Wasn't he a leader in something on like Sunday or?
I feel like that was last year.
Oh no, that was his buddy. It was in the team event. Him and some other guy almost never heard of.
Oh, yeah, that guy that tried to hit the flop shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
Morpheus. Fishburne.
Or Lawrence Fishburne?
No, it was just something Fishburne, so I started calling him Morpheus.
I got to get out of here in 5 minutes because my wife's going out at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably the cut is locked in. No one of significance can miss it at this point. James, thanks for being on, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Paul,
fun.
we get Paul all queued up to get us out of here. Smash the like while you're here. We'll be back. I'll be back on Sunday with a Travelers preview, and then we'll be back doing the breakdown like we normally do all next week. Custies are coming up. Smash the like while you're here. And if you haven't used Underdog code Mayo, get yourself that deposit bonus to help out the show. All right. Thank you all for watching. I'm Pat Mayo. See you next time.